I'm getting, what's the word?
Antsy?
Yeah.
What, like excited?
Like silly.
Okay, get silly.
Wait, let's get silly. Wait, that was a
Let's
hard yarn.
get
Sick of all these soft yarns.
Fucking oath,
Finally,
bro.
a rigid yarn.
We'll get a Viagra yarn.
Fuck yeah. Okay, wow.
And, but speaking of having a Viagra and covering your willy, All Trades Cover.
Oh my God, we're into the intro.
.com.au. Brought to you by alltradescover.com.au. Yes. Do you want to quickly give an example of it? And I'm going to read out what the person said.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, so All Trades Cover is the cover you get if you're a tradie, really. If you need some cover.
I guess it's not even a tradie, right? It is tradie, but like an independent subcontractor.
Well, as you'll see with our review that we've just got. But All Trades Cover, basically, if you any sort of liability costs or if you got injured or whatever on site, they're going to cover you. So hit them up. They're very good. And as you'll hear from this feedback.
Shout out for Joe Press giving us press, living up to his name.
Oh, mate.
Is this my press? No, this is Joe Press.
This is great feedback.
How fucking annoying are podcast ads? Like, you've nailed it, guys. I've been chasing insurance for a new business adventure. Or business venture, that might be.
Yeah, probably.
Not even trade related, but gave all trades a bell on a whim and chance and was welcomed with more service and communication than any of the other mobs I approached first. One which dicked me around a couple of weeks and didn't even cover what they claimed to be getting a quote on. Not even locked in yet, but after 2 days, I'm already 10 steps ahead of the competitors. Even if it's not sorted this time around for this business, I'll be moving over the rest once my current policies are due. P.S. Just catching up on the pods after remote camp and Shine are delicious little cans of anxiety and fluorescent urine.
Oh, yeah, Shine. That's the drinks that I was talking about on an episode.
As opposed to Prime.
Nice.
Yeah, so.
Man, All Trades Cover makes me want to be a tradesman, just so I can be covered.
You can trade in your job. And speaking of tradies, after a hard day doing trades.
Oh, yes.
Swapping things, Pokemon cards. I don't even know what tradies do.
Trading hard, yeah.
After
I don't even know what they do.
You want to relax with a nice frothy?
100%.
Yeah, and a glass barbie. No.
Raunchy Brewing Co, mate. That's what we want.
Oh, Raunchy, my favourite.
Raunchy Brewing Co.
Original. And that said, I'm going to try get another fridge off Troy so we can have something here.
Sick. Oh, I'll bring mine in. Mum's getting her up this week.
His one's got the door that opens the right way.
Oh, nice.
Suss it out.
Cool.
So cheers to Ian. And also he's got Ian Jeffries Mechanics.
Oh, yeah.
Won an award.
Which I'm going to hit him up because I need a service.
Yeah, and we get it sponsored.
Yeah, free service. I found that out after I got my last service.
Man.
And then finally, time-sensitive one. So True Grit is...
Wait, do it again. 1, 2, 3.
True Grit! They've got their event coming up. It's actually 2 weeks away.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
14 days.
14th and 15th of October. It's down at Lingalonga Estate and Southampton. It's
if you're tired, you can linger longer.
You said that joke last time.
Yeah. I did it differently, but thanks.
Well, you did do it differently. It's a military-inspired obstacle course. You run about 10Ks, doing some things like climbing over and under barbed wire and sort of things.
Wow, that sounds great.
You leave with PTSD, same as the military.
But as soon as obviously it gets more expensive, the later you leave it. So you want to get in quick, and we've got a code word is True Yarns.
True Yarns.
True Yarns.
1, 2, 3. True Grit. Oh, yeah, True Yarns.
Oh, yeah, True Yarns. Spell that, Delby, because I can never spell.
TRUEYARNS.
Yep, he got that. That's
True
your
Yarns.
10%.
I wonder if anyone
discount.
has anyone used it yet?
Don't know. I should hit her up because then actually I don't want to know. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's a pretty one of those events where I don't know if it's gonna 100% equate to direct things. Like you're either gonna go or you're not. Sort of thing. But hopefully it's helped. And if you were gonna go and you were a listener and you save 10%.
Well, win-win, and Branchy's emceeing it.
Yes, I'm MC. 2 days.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yes, I'll be down going, welcome to RAC Arena.
You got to welcome to RAC Arena.
See, this is why you do it and I don't do it.
I know. So
thanks.
Welcome to True Grit.
So
thanks to Daniel Delby Entertainment.
Oh, yes. Well done. Thanc you, Daniel Delby, because that was offered to Daniel Delby.
DanielDelby.com for all your MC corporate needs.
Speaking of the RAC Arena announcer, we were joined today by Cam McLaren.
Ooh, I love that guy.
I love that guy too.
Yeah, Mike G's a great fuck.
Dude, the energy lifted.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
Through this whole intro.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole episode's like that. I've got a lot of energy.
Yeah, bloody woo.
They showed True Grit to get through.
That was good.
Spoke about aliens.
Yeah, the aliens.
Russel Brand.
The moon landing.
My best friend. We talked about my best friend.
the most undeserving
Your
Brownlow
best
medalist.
friend.
He's not. He's the greatest. My best friend, Lockie Neal. Love you.
Excellent player that shouldn't have won it.
Yeah, Lockie Neal, the Brownlow.
You shouldn't have won it, and you haven't. So
Wow.
Grand final predictions.
And Gold
comedy.
Coast,
Comedy. Yeah, the tour.
comedy,
Edinburgh.
Up and joke.
just all the things.
Oh, my tour travels.
Oh, yeah.
Meeting my friends.
Lena.
Stop. Oh, look at me blush. I'm actually blushing now. So, But yeah, went and seen Lena.
Oh, and stay tuned. Branchy speaks fluent German.
It's so impressive. You'll think you're at a concentration camp.
Ish.
Witz.
Ish.
Witz gets good. Witz gets dir.
Is that Let's Get Hard?
No, that's. I wish. I should really have learned that before this.
How to say "Let's get hard"
In German.
in German?
Yeah, that's
'Cause
great.
It really did sound you were speaking
It was a
Russian.
nice and
No, I
hard
said
yarn.
ich spreche English ein bisschen Deutsch.
Yeah.
I speak English and a bit of German.
And on that note, lass uns hart werden.
Lass uns hart werden.
True grit.
Hang on.
Hart werden. Lass uns hart werden.
Lass uns hart werden.
Lass uns hart werden.
Let's get hard.
Let's get on.
Welcome to Hard Yarns Podcast.
I am fucking fat.
Anything Chris White says, please disregard it.
5D is actually a state of being. It's a unity consciousness.
That was Hard Yarns with me, Frankie Russel. I'm going to throw it over to your co-host.
Daniel Delby.
And Cameron Brand.
I would do this and then I'd gong.
Free in attendance for the millions listening at home. Let's get hard.
Good. Hello.
Hello, you can't.
Hello.
We're back.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Branchy
Yeah.
is full of energy. It's good to see that his trip's recharged him and he's come to the pod excited and full of life.
I am a little laggy. I apologise.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I
Yeah.
actually.
Hey, Lena, over this way.
Don't you do that. Oh, Lena.
I don't get it.
You don't know Lena?
No. Oh. I get it now.
It was a good trip. I actually, it was not a day that when you go on a trip, sometimes there's like it rained or we did nothing or got too drunk and woke up hungover and wasted a day or
We
whatever.
did all of them, I think.
None of it. It was perfect.
Really, just best weather ever.
Just perfect
Well,
weather.
you said you got so drunk that you don't remember how funny you were being.
Yeah, you said you cried a lot too.
You mean in Sydney?
No, in the random pub in Italy.
Oh, no. I wasn't that drunk.
Oh, in
I was
Germany?
just in that perfect straight drunk.
Oh,
That
you was-
perfect level of
As
like...
opposed to that gay drunk.
Yeah, that gay drunk where you
Where
just
you-
like sucking dicks everywhere. Man, I had like 2 beers. I had so much chorizo in my mouth.
You know when you hit form and you just everything you say, everyone
Every
around
day,
is
bro.
laughing.
Flow state.
It was
mate.
just like I was being the legacy. It was like fucking sick. It was only that was only because I met a couple from Liverpool and I went, "Oh, you're fucking scousers, fucking sick." And they said, "No, you got to say heavy. It's fucking heavy.
Wow.
You're fucking heavy, not fucking sick. Fucking heavy." So you've been saying it wrong, Kyle.
Well, yeah, Legacy's been away from home for so long. He's lost. You know how like Korean people, not Korean people. What's his name? Shin. No, Shin says like slang from the 90s because that's the Korean he learned. Yeah, Legacy learnt Scouser from the 90s. So now he
good
don't
point.
know.
Good
And
point.
also he's half Aussie, so we say fucking sick.
And he's half retarded. So
Good point. Yeah, fuck. But man, it's good, man.
He's a good boy. I like
Real
him.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's because we both just did Italy now.
Yeah.
We can trade Italy stories.
Well, I've already told you my vlog story.
You fucking hit the car. You
Number
fuck it
one.
up. Really, number one.
Number one.
We got a couple of good messages.
Did you get
about that as well,
sketty?
Delby. People
Oh, yeah.
love that.
Yeah?
Yes. One of me, Steve Patente, ran it. He said, "I'm crying listening to Delby's
fuck yeah.
Italy
Aw.
story.
Oh, nice.
Crying because he's back."
It's like, yeah. It's
Shout
faster
out.
a big
It's
deal.
about time he started listening.
Yeah. No, he listens. He listens
Since the run?
to go to sleep.
Oh, awesome.
It's his like go to sleep, but that means like it's his comfort
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
No,
That's
I
good.
do
We
that
like it,
with
Stephen.
bad friends. And
Do ya?
I still,
Yeah,
I still
yeah.
remember all
So
of it.
where-
I used to do it with the Carl Pilkington potty.
Did you?
With
Yes.
Ricky Gervais.
What the fuck? Have you ever just closed your eyes and gone to sleep? You weirdo.
Never. Now
Is
I
that
do,
noise
bruh.
from the street? You reckon I should close that window?
Nah, I'm real good at mimics.
It is from the.
Or you think it's going to be too hot in here?
I think it'll
because
be
the
too
aircon's-
hot. I don't think that the mics will pick up too much on it.
Yeah,
when
yeah,
we're
no,
listening, you
no.
only really hear the big. sirens.
People can deal with it.
Yeah, I listen to brown noise to sleep, like
Yeah.
Jay-Z and Kanye.
Do you guys get it because they're brown?
But brown noise, try it out, guys. If you haven't tried brown noise, it's not the brown note. It's
Like
different.
on South Park?
Yeah, it's brown noise. So you know how there's
Just like shitting yourself to sleep.
you know how there's white noise. Yeah, like Katy Perry. There's white noise, like.
Yeah.
Then there's brown noise, which is more ocean and rain.
Oh, okay.
And then there's pink noise as well.
Pink?
That's
Yeah.
a gay rave.
Yeah. Dance party.
Why is it pink?
I'm not sure.
And why is it brown?
I think because she sings it all. I don't know. They've just annotated colour to it. So,
Annotated. What's that mean for the people at home?
designated or given.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
We all knew that in this room.
But I did like Italy. Again, I've been to
Which
Italy
part
before.
did you go?
Went to Venice, caught up with a couple of my neighbours.
Do you think Venice is overrated?
Yes,
Yeah.
1,000%.
Is that the Canal one?
Never
Yeah.
go back. I loved it, had a great time, but it's when I was leaving, I was like, it's not one of those places I'd
No.
ever go. Yeah, you go there to eat and drink.
Did you see the art?
And
Isn't there like
canal.
a
It's
statue and
Like,
stuff?
there's some culture there, but like there's culture everywhere in Italy.
Is there a
It's not
is
like
there
it
a-
doesn't stand out for me as opposed to going to Rome or like some people hate Rome, but I fucking love Rome.
Venice
I
was
love
like
the history there.
really hot and open and no shade? I remember there being like just was like
And I got stung hard on the first day.
With what? A
We
bee?
rocked up. So I'd just been in Austria, Austria.
Austria's the best, bro.
Oh my god!
Did you see?
No, I didn't go because I was ended up being in
Racist.
Salzburg for only 2 days, and I was like, "There's no point wasting one of my whole days in Salzburg when I haven't even seen the place yet that I specifically went out of my way to go to."
Salzburg's not that good.
Salzburg was.
Did we go to
Is it?
Salzburg?
Nah. I've been there before though. I way preferred Melis's area.
Kitzbühel.
Yeah, I will definitely go there, but I was like, I've gone out of my way to go to Salzburg. I've got accommodation. I'm not wasting a date when I can go to Kitzbühel anyway with you guys or something like that.
You're not
For
invited.
kits and gigs.
Yes.
But I'm going to go back like Innsbruck and stuff, or Innsbruck, or I don't know how they pronounce it. But yeah,
I think a week in Austria would be sick. Just like
Yeah.
it's perfect, man.
yeah.
Like perfect. Did you notice there's like no weeds on the like roads and shit? Like,
no rubbish.
no rubbish, no graffiti.
pristine.
It's like the
no
pretty
juice.
I didn't want to say it. I was holding my tongue.
But it was so beautiful, man. It was just like, and everyone was nice. I got on the bus. My hotel was like 2 kilometers from the town square. So instead of walking back and forth, I just caught the bus. But people would get up and offer you their seats and shit. And I was like, this is very nice.
They
I'm
know
not
a
used to
white
that.
dictator when they see one.
Australia sucks compared to that. Like,
Yeah.
But it was just, man, so good.
Yeah, the Italian architecture, for me, I was like walking in every city, looking at just the design and the buildings. I'm like, fuck, man, like when I went to see where my family's from, turns out it was the wrong door as well. Do you remember me saying how I had to pose in front of the door?
Yeah.
Wasn't even my nonna's house. So I've got the photo. I'll post that photo on the Patreon of me in front of an Italian person's door.
Yeah.
My auntie's like, oh, Dan, your nonna, I think she grew up in this house. Go stand, I'll take a photo.
Yeah.
And it's just a photo of me in front of a fucking door. We could have been in Balcata.
Would have been more accurate.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, we did that same thing for Matt.
Yeah.
Gordinin.
Guardanin?
Gordinin. And Carly, we went, I don't know if anyone was listening that was watching some of it. I travelled with a couple. They're my neighbours, a couple of mates, and we went to his grandpa's place.
Nonno, you mean?
Which is Nonno? Out of...
Nonno.
It's about 45... no, it's about an hour and a half train out of Venice. So it was lucky because that day I was like, what are we going to do in Venice today? Because we've sort of seen it all yesterday. And then he's like, I want to go see my grandpa's house. So we went there and it was a fucking proper, like, you're walking down the road and people are driving past going, what the fuck are these white people doing here? And
Because Italians are notoriously black.
but we stood out like sore thumbs. It was just like, the 3-wheel cars everywhere.
Yeah.
And just like,
Do they really have 3-wheel cars?
No one spoke English there. Like no one. We went to the local cafe, the buzzing cafe, Central District, and there was no one.
Yeah.
It was like cappuccino. They're like milk, milk or something. And we're like, just coffee, milk, cash,
Cafe?
no cash.
You know
here.
how to say coffee milk in English?
No.
Cafe latte.
Okay.
Is that really how you say it?
Yeah, cafe latte.
That would have been
means
handy.
Coffee with milk.
She just went macchiato.
What the
and
fuck,
I went,
man? You just blew my mind.
what is cafe
Un
latte?
cafe is a coffee and latte is milk. Cafe latte.
Oh, I was even like, did they
Oh
change
my
the word to match
God.
the drink? No, the drink's named after
Yeah.
the word, Anna. All right.
So it's macchiato means stained.
What's that mean?
Stained.
Because that's what
Dirty
they
cup,
gave us.
if you want a dirty
Macchiato
cup.
is stained.
Yeah, 'cause-
dirty cup.
That was the only thing we recognised when they
it's-
said macchiato. They went cup.
Because you got the shot and you stain it with a little bit of milk. So the traditional macchiato.
Yeah, because we said
that's
milk.
what's little.
I went milk, and they sort of got it. And then so she poured a little, but it was in a little tiny one, and I was like, oh, it's bitter, and
Yeah, it's fucked. The
No.
Italians, even though they're famous for coffee, it's all like percolated, drip filled.
what's with the whole like going up? Like they don't order a coffee and then go sit down at a table and talk. They just stand at the bar and they'll drink their coffee and then leave.
Yeah.
Weirdos, man.
Because we're fucking productive people, man. We're always working.
I don't want to fucking
No
wait
time
around
to-
for fucking
You
no one.
fucking, when I was at your age, I fucking take a coffee shot. You know, fucking when I'm running. I don't have a time to sit down and relax. I work from age of 6. I have a coffee since I was born.
But yeah, so that was really nice. But Venice was good.
But like, even like looking at like, say his nonno's house, right?
Yeah.
That's been there for 300
oh,
years.
and that was what was mind blowing.
God, we have fucking freshly built houses that are cracked in 5 years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, they fucking, whatever the Italians were using, they weren't sourcing their material from China.
Nah.
And it's lasted 300 fucking years,
and,
man.
and then obviously the ancient architecture and stuff that's thousands of years old.
Yeah.
And you're like, what are we doing? But yeah, it was beautiful, man. Like it was nice in Venice, but no, I'd never go back.
Yeah.
And then
Did you go on the water
Did
thing
you do
though?
a canal? No. What?
Why?
That's the whole
We went
point.
to Venice.
Why?
Oh, there's nothing to do here.
The only thing to watch every fucking tourist do the exact same thing, and
Yeah.
it's like, see the canals.
Everything's different when you're lower and wet.
I just went,
Especially
I'm
sex.
not doing it. But we did get stung. We went and had 2 beers each, me and Matt, and Carly had 2 cocktails, and we had a pasta each, and it was $250 Australian.
Oh,
What the fuck?
I went-
my
and Carly
God.
went, what are the fucking fuck? It was like, and so, yeah, we forgot, you just got to be cautious some of the places you eat at. And so basically,
pasta that good, though?
take away slices of pizza on the way home.
How was the...
Yeah, it was good, man.
Because, yeah, the
I did
Sicily was the worst.
Did not have a bad feed.
Because everyone's like, oh, it's so delicious, so delicious. It's just fucking flour and water. How could it be that much better than us?
It's different flour, though.
Definitely different flour. Didn't feel as bloated. Didn't feel like it felt, I don't know, just whatever.
Yeah, it is a different flour, but the Sicilian food was so bad. But I've just found in front of the shops over there, Woolies or Coles,
Yeah.
there's a little European deli.
Yeah,
Now, I
and
was
they do
talking
it.
to them today. They're Sicilian, and I told them I didn't want to offend them, but I was like, I just went there and the food was horrible. They're like, we've heard that. The food here is brilliant. I had their fucking lamb cutlet.
Yeah.
Fuck, bro. That, the meat, and I've got a little
What's their
stuffed
name?
capsicum. It's just called Europe Deli or something.
Okay, cool.
So
Give
it
them a
was
shout out.
fucking...
New
Mwah.
sponsors of the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Just lamb cutlets every Thursday. Fuck yeah.
But, the pizza was like... Milan was some of the best pizza.
Yeah, even the pizzas aren't like, I guess, from memory, someone was telling me like they sprout the wheat or something prior to turning it into the flour or something along those lines. It's one more process in it.
Right.
And it is a chemical.
Because more processed is better.
yeah.
Plus, it's grown in
But-
soil, right? Like, we grow our shit in fertilizer because it's just sand.
Yeah, I saw
potentially,
a...
The actual, just their dirt is so nutritious. Did you have a bite, Delish?
I saw a clip of
Potentially,
Gary Brecker the other day saying there was this something resistant pesticide where they would pesticide the whole thing, and the only thing that would grow was the strawberry or the fucking corn. Corn.
It's corn, I think, or soybean.
And that's all that could grow there.
How does it know that it to grow?
No,
it's
they've
the only thing they've modified it.
Modified
to
it,
grow.
yeah.
It kills everything except
Yeah.
for the corn, and the corn's just soaked in this fucking pesticide. Yeah, it's horrific, man.
I think I think Chafee spoke about it when he came on last time.
Yeah?
I think he did.
Yeah,
I think he
saw
mentioned
it.
that one.
Maybe he saw Gary Brecker. I've gone down the Brecker record.
Ah.
The Brecker hole.
Yeah, okay.
Fucking
Oh,
good, man. Check out Gary Brecker on TikTok. I'm going to start changing up a little bit.
Diet stuff.
Just like little things like fruit, like just soak it with some bicarb and apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
And it brings out all the...
Who the fuck has time for that?
Or the
I
little
want a
bugs.
mandarin.
If I'm
I'm
gonna
not going to
put-
soak for 20
If I'm
minutes.
going to put cocaine in my nose on a weekend,
Yeah,
I want
the
my fruit to
irony.
be pure.
The irony. Oh, I better soak this strawberry for 20 minutes.
Yeah, to dry it out and snort what was in it.
That's the timing. You double drop your MD, and then you've got, I've got enough time to clean my fruit before this kicks in. I want to be gurning with an apple.
Yeah.
But fuck yeah, green apples.
But yeah, it's good, man. Good food.
Yeah,
I had good food every single time. Everything was nice.
Molto bene food, they say.
Yeah.
Pizza that we had in at our venue was like on par with anywhere.
Oh, in Scotland?
Yeah.
Yeah, Scotland's renowned for their pizza.
Honestly, the chef was like...
He was real good, that little chef, man.
Yeah. So shout out to Connor.
Yeah, Connor.
Our Westport Oracle chef.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
Yeah.
He's going to let us stay at his house.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, next
Edinburgh or whatever.
Yeah, next summer in Edinburgh. He's a good boy. But two people got murdered the month we were there in front of his house.
Oh, my Lord.
So I was like, I don't know if I want to stay at his house. I'm prone to getting murdered.
Speaking of murder, there was a crime up the road. Did you go drive past the church? It's all like taped off.
Really?
The
So
church.
there might have been another molestation.
Hey?
But there was
Why you got all excited?
Molestation, possibly you.
Could have been you.
Oh, my God.
There was police tape and media, all news crew.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Spicy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that is a bit. There's a bit going on.
So what was Oktoberfest like? I've never been.
Oh,
is it still accessible at our age?
I
If Tomorrowland is, surely.
mate, did you see the videos like where I was?
Yeah.
It was just okay, so it might be different actually. Sorry, because I went to Frankfurt one, which
This is
is
supposed to be in Munich.
that's where the tourist one is.
But the very true German one.
But
It's in
they have
Frankfurt.
it everywhere.
Yeah.
And so like
Oh,
I went
okay.
to one in Frankfurt with Lena and her family, and like all the mum and dad and fucking uncles, and it's just normal people, like normal Germans. I feel like I was the only English speaking person there, and incredible. But yes, definitely caters to our age. I'd go back to that one. I don't know about Munich. I didn't go to Munich, so that could be very much like a young touristy thing. But
Is their
I'd
beers
like to
hella
go.
cheap? You know how you like got big steins, like 20 litres of beer. Are you still paying the same what we're paying?
They bought me a lot of drinks, so I
Okay.
can't quite recall. But you get like you get these coins when you walk in, these purple sort of markers, and you hand them over for steins and stuff, and that cost me like €50 to get in, and then it gives me some food and drinks and stuff like that.
Okay.
But it's
What about the
fucking
beer? Is it like yeasty and
Nah,
full?
man,
No, they do wheat beer on a lot,
it was
eh?
just the easiest. I don't know what they do with their beer. I didn't get a hangover. I felt rusty
Right.
Why
after drinking.
are you touching your...
I felt rusty, but not hungover, and the beer just went down like nothing.
Yeah,
like,
right.
And I get sick of beer after a while, and I'll go,
Was there any other options?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if I wanted a bourbon.
Yeah, we had these shots that were like these. Lena was trying to tell me what the fruit was, but there's like a fermented fruit in there, and she called it like pitsma or something. I said, "Is it peach?" And she said, "No, but it's similar." And it like fermented in this whatever. It's fermented peach, I guess.
Princess.
And then they were arguing over the order in which you're meant to have it, whether you're meant to eat the peach and then do the shot, or have the shot and then eat the peach.
So it's like a
Surely
schnapps or something.
have it and eat it.
I would assume so,
Yeah.
but anyway, it was.
Was it good?
It was odd. It was like
schnapps.
like strong
Schnapps.
It was like
Schnapps is
strong fruity liquor, I guess.
Oh, like
Yeah,
a Mardi
nice.
Gras.
Yeah, but it was good. It was fucking good. But the beer, man, was so good. But one thing I noticed compared to Australia is, and potentially the touristy Munich one, no fights, all smiles, everyone singing and just loving each other, carrying it like it's all like chanting and singing.
Really? They do actually like beer hall songs and
Mate,
stuff?
I'll show you, and it's all in German, so I don't understand. Except there's a couple of Aussie, not Aussie songs, English songs, like they all sing "Country Road."
No.
Yeah, "Country Road, take me home." That one goes off, and "Sweet Caroline." I was like, I was going to send it to
course.
Johnny, but yeah, that was good. It was, mate, fucking awesome. Frankfurt was my favourite of all of it, I think, just because when I stayed with Lena. And it was less of a holiday and just catching up with a mate, and we just hung out and went to we didn't do touristy things and just look at your little fucking face, you little prick. But all their friends were so nice, man. All their friends, cousins and stuff, they sort of hung out and they were pretty. They could all speak pretty good English.
Yeah.
So
Because we won the war, they have to.
yeah, so ish though, like the mum and
English-ish.
her sister and like her cousins and stuff, they could speak pretty good. But yeah, it was like it was pretty good. But I've never felt like that leaving. I didn't like leaving. But it was good to see Scotty. Stop looking at me like that, you fuck. It's like a little high school kid. It was nice. It was nice. That's all I'm going to
Beautiful.
say about that. I said I was going to say something to the German because
that's good.
No.
Hello, mein Deutschen Bruder.
No. Do you know any German?
That was it.
Okay.
Because I had a pen pal. I said,
You said
hello,
Bruder.
my Dutch brother. Hello, my German brother.
I started learning German on the way back, so this might not be good.
That's the opposite way you're supposed to do it too.
Do you know what?
This will be useful for the next 12 months.
I'm never going to need this again. But
The worst was I was sitting around with her friends on the lake having a drink, and they were just talking in German, and I said, "Nah, fuck, don't worry, it's all good. Don't worry about me. Just do what you want." And then I felt like bad that I couldn't be involved. And towards the end of the night, they started trying to involve me. One of the guys was like, "Well, what just happened is he said this and this," and they would cater to me a bit. But I felt like a prick.
Yeah,
I felt rude. So I'm like, I'm going to learn. So next time
imagine
when I go
going to
back,
their country and occupying a space there when you're not meant to. How rude.
So I'm gonna. I'll probably if you go to Edinburgh, I'll probably come over for a week.
When I go to Edinburgh.
Sorry, when you go to Edinburgh. I mean, if I come,
and
to
I'll
Edinburgh,
translate for you when we get to Scotland.
and
Because you'll feel exactly the same.
Yeah. Oh fuck! Well, the Irish wedding that I went to, my God, like fucking. Today, something about today, and then the dad was like, no one could get stuck with him. It was. Well, you literally couldn't understand him.
What I like is they use
racist.
slang. They use made up words, and then they have the hardcore accent as well. So you're like, you're Denny Ken, and you're like, you slow that down. Denny Ken isn't words, but it's like, do you understand?
Oh yeah. But what was I was going to say? Ich spreche English und ein bisschen Deutsch. Which means
I speak English and a bit of Dutch, a bit of German.
A little bit of German.
How did you know that?
Because it sounds exactly like it.
Yeah.
Ich speak in English and sprechen Dutch.
That's
you.
Oh, my phone's out there.
That's Lena.
It's probably Lena. No, 1 second.
Fucking hell. Yeah.
Guten Tag.
Ich speak in English und what's the word for little? Delby's Willie. Dutch.
Piccolo.
Kleine Dutch. So, fuck knows. I'll call it, eh? You took a photo of the broken microphone.
Country roads.
Oh shit. I have to call her back on the pod. We'll do
She's from the
live
Dane
chat.
Swan podcast.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Swanee and friends. So here they had Hamish McLaughlin on, and Swanee got fucking blue at the past players, woke up at 12, and his car was stolen. So he missed Hamish McLaughlin before the Brownlow because he was doing a police report in Tarneet or something. So he had Hamish, Sammy, pushed her engagement back. She had, a thing that she was going to get paid because it's her job. And Ralphie moved everything for Hamish, and Swanee couldn't make his own pod.
Or Gil.
Hamish.
Yeah, who cares about him?
Actually, yes, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, Big Gil, because who gives a fuck about Hamish?
No, it was Hamish, though.
Oh,
yeah.
Nah, who gives a
yeah.
fuck it? I'd fill in a police report too. I'd commit a crime so I'd have to fill in a report.
person?
He's the news reporter whose brother just happens to be in charge of everything.
Yeah, that's true. They both look like Team America puppets.
Yeah. Did they either play? Did either of them play?
Nah, only local.
See, that's what's fucked, man.
But neither did Brendan Bolton. He was pretty successful at Carlton.
Yeah, but well, Fagan's the first.
What do you call him?
Fagan.
Oh.
Yeah, Fagan. He's the first guy to coach a team into the grand final in 50 years that has never played before.
That's because there's probably been 5 coaches that have never played AFL.
Yeah.
But wait, next year we'll probably have a woman coach.
Who?
Do you think?
I don't know.
No.
There's a Melbourne and a Geelong chick.
Which ones?
There's a Geelong coach for the men's team.
Right.
There's a woman coach.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
There's a Melbourne one as well. I don't know their names.
And they fucking killed it this year.
Yeah.
They were unbelievable.
They've played lots of men's AFL games.
Straight set stud.
That is so good.
One of them didn't even make the final after winning a premiership. So, strong team.
Diversity.
Strong team. Oh, did you know that I'm best friends with Lockie Neal now?
Oh, yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm best friends with Lockie Neal.
Okay, explain how.
We were
least
out-
deserving Brownlow medalist.
Shut your hole. He's
No,
my best
legit.
friend, and you'll show respect. In my top 8, Delby went down 1. Lockie Neal took his spot. He's just mad because we.
How so? Explain.
Because I messaged him to be like, "Oh, I'm so proud of you, love you," and he messaged me back. And this was before he won the Brownlow. I said to him, "This is how I know he's coming back to Freo. As soon as he wins the flag on the weekend, he's going to get back on coming home to Freo, lead that midfield." Because I messaged him, I'm like, "So fucking proud of you. I wish it was with us, but all love, like, you hell deserve this. And he messaged me like, thanks, mate, little fist pump. And he's like, don't worry, free or coming. Like, yeah. And we're pretty much best friends there. And then I put heaps of money on him for the Brownlow because he's my best friend. And then he won. So I'm like, this is the fucking best day ever.
And I looked at the account. It was Lockie Neal, but with a 3.
It's really it's really Lockie Neal.
It was Lockie 3.
Stop trying to diminish my friendship.
Lockie, not real.
You can feel the jealousy emanating.
No, it
There's
was
jealousy.
blue tick verified. So
Yeah, it's real Lockie Neal.
I don't think it is real Lockie Neal, but
It is clearly real Lockie Neal.
Do you reckon it's just like a manager?
Yeah, probably.
No, why would he reply? Why? Because now he's opened the door. I can just send him messages and it'll pop up on his phone.
You're friends now.
Guess how many?
Maybe he likes your
Send him
comedy.
one now.
Yeah. No, because I don't want to. I'm waiting for him to come to Perth and I hit him up. But you should come to 6056 at Fringe World.
So-
Yeah, and you should do a podcast.
What I wanted to ask you actually is
Worst Brownlow medal winner of this year. He did not. He
Matthew
was not.
Prittis is the worst.
No, he
Brownlow
wasn't.
man.
He was a gun.
Oh, because he's your friend.
No,
Yeah, see?
'cause
You pick on my friend, I pick on your friend.
Because he had a great
Matthew
year.
Prittis is actually our friend.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and the year he won, he had a brilliant year.
Fifey had a better one, but either way.
Anyway, but
But
Dacos
also-
and
oh.
Bont and
No, I
Gordon
thought
and
about this too.
Petrarca.
And what people aren't taking into account, because everyone's, stats. Have you ever thought that player's just a dickhead on the day? If
Yeah.
you're the umpire deciding it, maybe Dacos was a lippy cunt that
Yeah,
night.
'cause it's best
and he's
and
like, well, I'm not
fairest.
giving it to you.
Yeah.
Charlie Cameron kicked 7 that night and doesn't get a vote. Maybe
Yeah.
every time he kicked it, he was like, oh, that was holding, that was...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're a lippy to the umpires, you're not
Because
going to
they-
get nothing.
'cause
Lockie
it's-
Neal buys them flowers, takes their wives out on dates.
What a risty.
He's a lovely boy.
Yeah, well, I guess it's like
It's the best and fairest and
fairest,
most
yes.
handsome.
He blows their whistle. But
best and
Jason Horne-Francis, that 3 votes.
Yeah, I think they got him confused with
So I
Bergman,
was
who
over-
also had a shit night.
who?
I was over
Bergman
there, I
or
didn't
whatever,
see it.
Bergman.
Bergman.
Yeah.
Or Quentin Narkle. Or anyone else with
Anyone-
blonde hair.
Yeah, or
I
that-
probably just saw that.
That guy from the Cabriad, you know, the surfer boy.
Lockie Leonard? No, I don't know.
Yeah, he probably confused him for Lockie Leonard. He's like, I love your books, man. You had Vegemite on your bum.
Fuck yeah.
Classic. Before we go into football, because we've got grand
Okay.
final stuff, I want to talk to you about your first sort of like real big international, not real big one, like international tour and comedy and stuff.
Bro,
like
I've
this.
had a passport 10 minutes now. I've been to every country in the world, bro.
So good. Actually, before, I wanted to finish what I was saying for the German.
Ich bin un Berliner.
Oh, yeah. So the
Judas
English.
Swain.
What was I saying? So Frankfurt, Germany. Ish. No, ish. Frankfurt, Germany. Sehr schon, sehr nett.
What?
Sehr nett. Sehr nett. Sehr schon.
I think you spoke Russian there a little bit.
I can't remember. I'm getting better.
Nailed it.
I basically said
Ich,
Frankfurt.
niet,
Frankfurt, sehr schön it's beautiful.
Oh,
Frankfurt
sehr
is
schön.
very beautiful. It's very beautiful.
Sehr schön.
It was my favorite airport because they had the Frankfurt sausages there. They were the fucking best, man. Did you get them at the airport?
Currywurst.
Sure.
No, currywurst.
Currywurst with the what do you call it? The currywurst and the sauerkraut.
Yeah, dad. And then you got all the saucy boys. Yeah.
I've had that in Austria as well.
Austria.
I guess do they speak the same in
Yeah.
Austria?
German.
Yeah, apparently the
It's a little
Austrian one is
dialect.
more like Australian slangy. Like they cut all the words shorter and they're hell more slangy boys.
Yeah,
and
slangy boys.
We saw a hell funny little thingy. Like there's such a country accent even though it's the same language. That's why Terminator boy,
Yeah.
Arnie boy,
Yeah.
he couldn't do the dub for Germany because they would have been like, why is a futuristic robot talking like he's got like an extra chromosome? Because it's such a country slangy Austrian German.
I'll be
Mate,
right
and
back.
this-
I would buy it.
So
I'm
this
gonna
is the-
shoot you.
This is the thing that I'm finding now. So this is the first time I've learned a language properly, like Indonesian.
Are you
and-
sure? 'Cause
and
you couldn't-
Italian. I literally started yesterday. I
This is how he
literally.
learns languages properly. Ish.
I started
Niet,
yes,
niet.
I
Frankfurt.
started yesterday, so I'll cop it. Like I'll cop a bit of inaccuracies. But what I've noticed is like
You're
the
an open-
weirdness.
open mic
No,
German.
when you go to like say like for example, when in German, if you say coming, where do you come from? Like, yeah. Where do you come from? Like, so if you say, if I say where I come from, it's like komme. And then if I say, where do you come from? I think it's kommest. And then if I say they come from, or she comes from, or he comes from, it's kommet. So like, it's
Out
like
of space if it's comment.
it's like it's the same word, but it's got the different slang, and it's really already.
Well, it's the same as
throwing me
Italian.
a
It's
bit.
like me, you. It's I,
Il.
Her, they,
Yeah.
us collectively, and they collectively.
Yeah. So, but
The indefinite article.
So I guess it's something you get used to.
Yeah.
Because at the moment I'm like, comps, come here.
But instead of saying I, me, you, they, we.
Yes.
It's comet, comest, comet.
So
Yes.
that
So it's
that
the
thing
same
on the end
verb.
will change
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but that doesn't. No, sorry, that's the word. So the pre-word changes as well. So the
Yeah, yeah,
pre-word,
yeah,
so
yeah.
the
So
we.
for the I,
So instead of ish, di, ver.
Vado, vai,
The
va.
ver gets der. How are you going?
What'd you call me?
Hey, I'm learning phrases and it's cool. But I'm using Babel.
Babel.
Babel?
Yeah.
Have you guys used that before?
No, I got Duolingo. Which
Yeah,
is pretty
Duo's pretty cool. Except it's
Duolingo.
creepy. He pops up. He's like, "You haven't learned Italian today." I see you've had enough time for everything else.
Are you trying to learn something?
Yeah,
Molto
I did
male.
Italian my whole life at school because
Yeah, yeah.
Midland kids always go to Italy.
We did that as Italian as well.
Yeah, so like I did try to. So when I tried to do the language because I thought it'd make my brain bigger, I tried to do it, and it's il acqua la bevo.
That's a water drink.
Did you have to do the accent like that?
Yeah, I found if
Yeah.
you do it, I told my Italian friend, if you pretend to be doing the accent to take the
Makes it
piss,
easier?
it makes everything flow better. You actually
And it
sound like
sounds
you're doing
like you're Italian. Rather
Il
than going,
ragazza.
instead of going il ragazzo.
Yeah,
Il
this is what I
ragazzo.
kept giving Carly shit about for in Italy. She'd be like, ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao, mate. Ciao.
I speak the third
and then
best
she'd be like,
Italian.
and then she'd be like, what was the other one? Grazie. Grazie, mate. Grazie. Fucking grazie.
That's why I couldn't do it in like when we went to Japan. I went with my mate to Japan, and he's like, "Say these words, say this." I couldn't do it because you
sound racist.
Yeah.
You look at myself.
So I was just exactly, and
That's how it's said.
so every time I was just like, I'd even put on the Aussie accent further. I'd be like, "Obrigado." I don't want to seem like I'm taking the piss out of you.
I guess that's what that sounds like when we go there and and they hear us speaking.
Yeah.
Sorry, or when they come here and they go and speak our language.
How do they speak?
Well, they have an accent.
Do an example.
They have an accent.
How?
What, Japanese?
Yeah.
Oh, hello. That is not Japanese. That's not even slightly Japanese.
That's Chinese. We all know that.
Yeah. You brain. They do. They have an accent. They say, "Oh, hello," but okay, I should be double downing on it. But like, they do have an
are
accent.
double down.
Yeah, but at least they're trying the word, though.
Is that how we sound to them? Like,
Yes.
if we say,
Yeah, yeah.
if we go and say "origato," they're like, "What the fuck? You got a shitty Aussie." You fucking.
That's them taking the piss out of us.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm sure if I said "ish,"
That sounds like we're speaking Grim Reaper.
yeah,
Like ish.
Ish. Yeah, ish.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to know what it's like from the other angle, but I guess it's just exactly the same.
Yeah.
Go to
I guess.
connections and you'll find out.
Hey, this guy gets it.
Hey, sometimes.
Classic. He won Gong the other day, hey?
Who?
Squirrely doing,
What, as his character?
yeah.
Wow.
What's his character?
I think he won Gong.
What's his character's name?
Hackman.
No, that's a
Hackman.
real man. Hackman's a real act, man. I follow him on Instagram.
Ah, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that guy.
Have you ever seen him and Squirrely in the room at the same time?
Oh, conspiracy Cam. You've just learned your first conspiracy.
Dun, dun, dun. I jumped off the conspiracy game.
Did ya?
Yeah, it's like when you walk into a club and everyone's a bunch of dorks. You're like, I don't want to be in this club anymore.
Nah.
Like, it was fun at first, and then
Thanks.
everyone gets on board.
Thanks.
But
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But don't you think it's just overwhelming? And after a while, you're like, fuck, I don't care.
100%.
I just want to, like, be
no,
cool.
I do care. I care about the truth.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I do. The moon landing hasn't happened, man. I'm 100%
Oh my
sure
Are you
of that.
on that?
Yeah.
Are you
You're
really?
a rat bag.
I'm 100% sure.
See, how
man.
can you have this conversation? You know
Because
what
we
I mean?
haven't been back for 60 fucking
Why
years,
would
bro.
we? It was a big fucking desert. Who cares?
No, what, you,
I went to
that'd be like
Karratha
me going-
once.
Dude,
I haven't been back. I could.
honestly,
Don't wanna.
that'd be like me going to Bali and then coming back going, no, shit, don't worry.
Except Bali had
no
a
one
booming
else-
economy
Yeah,
and
but-
free massages
Yeah,
and
but-
shit. Like, there's none of that on the moon. It's
Yeah,
just
but we're just trusting. Oh,
India's
no, don't
been
worry.
there.
Yeah,
Russia's
they
been
said-
there.
Yeah, but with
why would
robots.
everyone in the world? Why would everyone in the world be together? Be like, yeah, nah, we've all.
I
been
don't
there.
believe America went there in 1969.
Oh,
Because it was
the
But
first
the
one?
people that
yeah,
they
the
were-
first one. I'm sure we've been back.
Yeah, but the Russians were trying to get there as well.
Yeah,
Why would they have
exactly.
just given up? They would just accepted the lie. Like, okay, America.
no, because
As if
America
they-
wanted to be
like-
first,
I think they did
so they
accept
faked
the
it
lie.
and they accepted the lie. But then they've still.
You're off
I
chops.
think
No,
so.
no.
I think they went. Me.
There's so much evidence. that
This
they
has always
failed.
been
There's
my
so much evidence
This
that
has
they didn't go
always
as
been
well.
my thought. So the evidence that shows that they didn't go because
Yeah.
there's plenty.
Where
of
did
that.
you get this evidence from?
How did they
TikTok?
film the landing if no one got off the fucking
thing first and filmed it.
How are we filming this podcast without someone standing on the other side of the room?
Well, you think that they fucking sent down a tripod. We
Yeah.
can't even get reception when it rains on Foxtel.
Yeah, and have you not seen
the
how they
fuck?
used the park satellite in New South Wales to beam it, and there was like a 7-minute delay or something stupid, and for a second there they thought they lost it completely.
Yeah,
till
The
it
Dish.
finally came. Yeah, the movie The Dish was
Ish?
about it.
You've not seen The Dish with
There's-
Sam
I
Neill?
don't speak that language.
That's how they transmitted the thing to the
There's too many people that were involved for this to have been a lie that people accepted. There's just too many
I disagree.
people involved.
Pentagon was not hit by a plane either.
No, it doesn't have
100%.
to. It doesn't have to be
I'm fucking like, I don't care what you say, man.
because you remember you don't have. You only have to broadcast a signal for everyone to see it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like you'd broadcast. So it's
Can
only
broadcast
3
from a
people have to
studio.
know. It doesn't have to be everyone who's
Yeah, but
involved.
we're talking about like it's back in the day where if you moved your TV antenna, you're not going to get it. So this big ass dish had to be pointing a certain place.
Yeah, and
for
they,
the reception.
they positioned a spaceship on the moon precisely when you can't even get a fucking signal if you're 5 centimeters
It's not
off
that
your
hard
TV.
to do, to be honest, if you really break down.
So-
it's super impressive at the time, but when you break down what actually happened, step by step, engineering-wise, people are capable of that. We're capable of that.
Do you think?
Not in
and-
1969
Okay, I'm going to
anyway.
give you my theory on what I thought happened with the moon landing. The moon landing to me did happen, but the reason we see all these indiscrepancies and these issues with all the footage and some weird shit is because they prepped up false footage and false photos and stuff just in case, so they could still claim that they got there. And then we are seeing some of those come out.
But what
anyway.
of all the things that people? Oh, look, the flag's waving. It's like you can see his hands at the bottom of it. He's shaking the
Again-
flag.
Yeah, but again, like
The shadows. It's like they've got lights set up. Like nothing is
yeah,
unexplained.
but some of
The
those
moon
ones
rock
like
that they donated was just tree.
yeah, but that could be accidental and stuff like. There's explanations to a lot of the stuff, but like there's some things where you're like, what the fuck? Like that photo, why is that cross there behind there, and it's clearly been edited or something like that. Those little things are just like that's where I think it's just they've taken it's a backup clause. We don't get there, but we need to not have the fucking whole of America go, you fucked up, you spent all this money, that and,
They had
and
no
then
option
Russia,
but
we
to
won,
land.
fuck you. That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
They
I
had
think
no
they got there.
option, bro.
If you look at where America was during the start of World War II to where they finished to have a naval fleet to move that many people from across the Pacific and then bomb Japan with the bomb that they created, and they did that in several years. That is more impressive than landing a ship on the moon.
Yeah.
And that happened 20 years beforehand. They managed to mobilize and create one of the biggest armies in the history of mankind, move them across the Pacific, and then bomb someone with more power than the sun. They did all that in a couple of years, and
'cause you're
20 years
racist.
later, they land on the moon, and you're like, oh, I don't believe they did that.
'Cause you're
It's like,
racist.
we can do...
You think blowing up Japanese is more impressive?
Yeah, I do.
Than landing on
I
the
think
moon?
we need to do it again. Teach them a lesson.
Oh my god! Maybe
Okay,
is that why
that'll be
it's
cut out.
land
But
of
it's
the
like
rising sun?
humans are so capable of fucking anything, and we
Yeah,
did
yeah,
something
yeah.
so much more impressive 20 years beforehand, and no one questions that.
Do you want to hear my conspiracy?
It's easy to build a bomb.
My conspiracy-minded reason. I
Yeah.
still think we went there.
Yeah.
I think the reason that the fake footage could have been used was that there was something else there.
I'm on
Now we're
board,
talking.
man.
Which could
Let's
now-
fuck aliens.
Well, let's see. Aliens are fucking
yeah,
everywhere.
apparently
at the
they're
moment.
real thing, eh?
They're real.
I did the joke and it fucking crushed, man. I
Which
did
one?
it over Micah, the one that we started, that you did the start of and I did the finish of.
Let's do it now.
Uh,
Because I don't remember it at all.
It was just-
I throw out a lot
He
of
gave us the punchline and I linked it with something else. It was that the Mexicans have shown the UFOs
Yeah, the
at
two.
the same time that Russel Brand has been charged with sexual assault.
Yep.
The next Alien versus Predator movie is going to be hectic.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're funny. We're a good team.
good, that's
We're a good
good.
team.
Anyway,
Those aliens things, man. That's pretty crazy.
I think it's bullshit.
But it's
But
real.
why
They've tested
now?
it.
Why
Oh
now?
yeah, why now? Yeah.
Yeah.
They've always had this shit.
I think it might be just fucked up sloths. Like,
Like
super dehydrated
No, they
sloths. They got
DNA
three
tested
fingers.
it. They DNA tested
Have you
it.
seen owls without feathers?
Yeah,
That
bro.
looks like alien men.
It's
100.
found they've found like 70% of the DNA unknown and stuff like that. It's a bit
If you-
it's odd.
It could
It's
be-
If
odd.
you had the chance, would you moon an alien? Would you
Nah, because you don't know what's
well-
in it. It could just cut your dick off, bro.
Would I
cut your dick off?
would I fuck an alien?
Yeah.
Well, if they're the
Like a-
Nordics,
like a Mexican
the
alien, like that?
description of a Nordic, the tall, blonde haired,
No, just for the-
blue-eyed, those sorts of aliens. Fuck yeah!
Oh, I'd suck
They
an
look
alien dick
beautiful.
for
Nor-
sure,
your
man.
dick a Nordic?
Fucking-
Well, just to say you've done
I wouldn't
it.
say-
Yeah.
Yeah?
I would-
100%, man.
Oh, yeah.
What
Yeah,
happens
I'd
if
have
alien
sex
AIDS
with an
makes you
alien.
live forever? Our AIDS killed you real quick. Their AIDS can make you live forever. It's worth a shot,
sex
man.
will be out of this world.
But yeah, those little alien dudes are more on the side of similar to what you're saying. I think they're real, and it's edging towards a point where we're starting to get like they're doing disclosure and stuff. It's been soft disclosure for the last 10, 15 years. You see it coming out bit by bit, and it's like they're trying to control the narrative is their way.
Yeah.
But I think now they're also trying to control the narrative and release things at optimal times.
Like
to
Biden's being
Well, yeah,
indicted.
the indictments and stuff like that, and just several things. I think.
I don't know. It might even be. I'm not sure. I should know as a science teacher, but I think because we all stem from a common ancestor, and then niche and evolution took over, and we evolved for different niches, whatever.
Yeah.
So I think we all share some similar DNA. However, couldn't it just be that the unknown DNA means that they were a different species that evolved on at Earth at the same time?
on planet Earth.
Like it doesn't necessarily have to be
Wholeheartedly.
extraterrestrial.
Yeah, because
Potentially.
we're Neanderthals and stuff, and the other ones, they didn't come from that same line of it. But we're all great apes, though. Like, we're
Yeah.
part of the great ape family. We're
So
the-
great.
But if you look at the four great apes or whatever, you're like gorillas, orangutans, humans,
King
and
Kong.
chimpanzees. Is that the other one? The other great ape?
Dunstan.
Of the four of them, when they've done do the DNA thing, you break down all of our thing. The only difference between us is we have less chromosomes. Like that's it, and so they're trying to work out what
We're the
chromosomes.
special needs of the great apes.
No, well, and then look what happens if humans have an extra chromosome. Things change with us and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So there's that whole breakdown. It's like, well, did something manipulate
Interfere.
these monkeys, or did we just happen to be born like you said, mentally disabled babies who happen to have less and less chromosomes, and all of a sudden we're more smarter and more
Or the conspiracy
because
theory
that's the
or
difference
the-
between us and orangutans is they have more chromosomes.
Yeah, okay.
But that's why there's now orangutans too that are in like the Bronze Age.
Bro,
They're
have you
fishing
seen
with
the-
tools and they're teaching each other and stuff. It's like we
seen
we
that
need to
stuff.
segregate a little island, put orangutans on them,
See where they
give
go.
them fire like Prometheus, like the Greek god Prometheus gave us fire, and just
Yeah.
see what the fuck happens for 100 years.
Well, it could just
See
burn
if
down the island and they all die.
Well, we fucked up.
Give them fire, teach them stop, drop, and roll,
Yeah.
and then fuck off for 100 years and see what happens.
Well, it would be very interesting.
Why not?
Well, that's what they did.
Let's be God.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
Have you seen that?
I think that's what we are.
Have you seen the orangutan that fucking learnt how to use a saw?
no.
Bro, it is fucking one of the trippiest things. So there was an orangutan, I think in Borneo, and she was watching.
Not for long.
Yeah, she was watching the villagers construct huts and cut the wood with a saw. And then one day she went up and grabbed the saw and she started to saw branches, bro. So she just sits there and just cuts branches. And another orangutan has been watching her and she's been teaching them how to use a saw, man.
Dude.
It's fucking cool, bro. I'll show you the footage.
There's a book called Don't Tell My Mum I Work on the Oil Rigs.
Yeah.
And he talks about on one of the oil rigs they had like a bartender who was an orangutan. He'd like collect all the drinks and he'd serve you beers and shit like that. An orangutan bartender. Yeah.
You sure he wasn't saying he was just a ranger bartender?
Oh, maybe.
Being like,
Oh, that could be right. Yeah,
But also everyone talks about AI. It's like fuck AI. Let's get monkeys to do our shit.
yeah. That's
I'll show you. I'm just showing the boys.
This is just pictures of his dick.
footage.
Holy shit.
It's so fucking weird, bro.
Oh, it's using it properly.
Yeah,
Well,
100%.
I sort of, honestly, I assumed
No
they could,
OH&S.
I assumed they could
Yeah.
use tools anyway, but I
Yeah.
guess that's no prior knowledge.
No,
But like
it's just
teaching
watching
each
it
other,
out.
and then
Yeah.
that's the step though when they start passing it down. Because at the end of the day, we don't know. It's that whole standing on the shoulders of giants. It doesn't matter where that original information came from. Who's fucking getting like what we get next?
Like, they must have great classroom strategies because I couldn't teach my class how to use a fucking saw properly.
Imagine if your kids doing woodwork didn't have goggles on and like
Yeah.
there's a kid in Swanview. I reckon a kid at Swanview cuts off a finger every couple of years,
Yeah.
and like we have all the safety training ever.
But these cunts got 4 hands,
Yeah, that's true.
so I can give them titties 4 thumbs down.
But do you think that, because that communication and that passing down, like obviously the visual, the
Yeah.
communications and stuff, but like they have, I know they have sounds a little bit, and I guess that helps.
There has to be some-
There has to be something more like us. You might have shared that video of that black leopard.
Excuse me?
The black leopard.
Yeah. That's
Fuck,
so.
man.
Wakanda forever.
There's a black leopard and
There's a guy who claims he can communicate with animals.
Yeah.
Like psychically or whatever.
Yeah, same. Down.
Yeah.
yeah. It was a
There's a black panther, a black
Yeah.
leopard, not a deaf leopard because that's an excellent band.
It was a lady. That's who it was.
a
The
lady,
lady
yeah.
was the communicator.
Now, the kind of cool thing was she didn't know anything, and it could be a hoax clip. you know? But she didn't know anything about the past of this leopard, and it was fucking angry, man. Like, go on skits. And
in its cage.
It communicated to her that he was angry because everyone comes and ridicules, and it's actually meant to be like a majestic creature.
Didn't like its name because it was called
the Black Devil.
Diablo,
Devil. And then after they changed all that, it just settled down and was like super chill and super nice, man.
And the owner,
and it wanted to kill white people, and that's how the Black Panthers were formed.
It all makes sense.
The owner was like was basically some of the things that got him going, and he started to get really emotional, and he felt bad that he had like treated the animal with such disrespect, didn't understand it was giving it that, and gave it love, and apologized. And like apologized to the animal, and there was like these grunts that it was giving it in back in return, and it's fucking, it's very.
Do you reckon? Do you believe
he had to stop. He was like crying. He was like, I got to stop. I didn't realize. Like,
I think there's something to it, man. I do think
there's
because when you're on magic mushrooms, you see like the planet differently, man. Like you see trees almost like in a different sort of aura.
But I wouldn't have thought trees had ego, and trees would be like, I'm supposed to be majestic, and you've got me in a tree museum.
Maybe, but maybe not. Maybe.
What if you cut down all the trees and put them in a tree museum?
And charge the people like
$1,
$1.50
to see them?
Yeah.
Fuck, I think that's fair.
Fuck, don't want to pay paradise. But the, I definitely think, and there was another thing, I can't remember what it was, but like something about us.
Put up a parking lot?
Yeah, that was it. No, there was, it might be the monkey thing, man. Like they actually communicate, and elephants have memories, and they grieve. Oh yeah, it was an elephant one where they actually communicate to each other through vibrations through the ground.
Wow.
Like they have a language where they can tell people tell other elephants. I fucking honestly think that they're smarter just because they can't talk. It would be like going to a different planet and observing.
I'd like to see them build a fleet and cross the Pacific and bomb Japan. All right, elephants are not smarter than us.
But do you think it's like, you know how you said you've said this on our podcast that you're trying to return back to nature?
Yeah.
Could it be like dolphins and like an elephant would be that sort of version of like they went so far and they've gone, we see what pain and shit that causes.
Well,
let's go back to our original like
90,
live with the land.
It's like 80%
part of nature.
Well, 80% of our communication or something bullshit. 70% is non-verbal, right?
Yeah.
So if that's humans and we use words to say shit, and most of our communication is non-verbal, like
most of women's communication is non-verbal
because they don't talk to him.
Yeah.
But like you can pick up so maybe that is all the communication and stuff. And it's also, I saw a thing, it's kind of on the same topic, where if we got wiped off the planet right now, in 1,000 years time, the only way you could even tell we existed is there's going to be this thin layer in the dirt of orange where all the ore is that we dug out.
I thought it was
that's what it comes down
all
to.
The fucking dead.
Our actual thing, because everything will collapse. The concrete will go, everything will collapse and fall into each other. The jungle will go over the top of it. The dirt will replace everything, and everything will be underneath the ground. So in 1,000 years, if we disappeared today, in thousands of years, the only way you'll even tell we were here was a thin layer of dirt that'll be orange. So it's like, what was here before?
It was
layers
just us
down?
again, because we're
just a cycle.
Yeah, we're digging up the iron ore that used to be us. I thought you were going for a punchline there, going, there's just a thin layer of orange and it's all the dead chicks from the Gold Coast.
I don't think anyone picked him going for that.
Just because we were in Gold Coast together and he kept going, I can't believe how orange the girls are here.
I
can't believe how orange they are.
So in Scotland, the girls are orange, but they never seen the sun before. Yeah. You're on the Gold Coast. You don't have to be that colourful. Like, you know what tanned looks like. Like, what are you doing? You're right back.
I did notice
Gold Coast is just big Scarborough.
Coast.
It's so overrated. I liked it, but it's giant Scarborough.
Yeah.
Like, if you're in Perth, don't go to Gold Coast. Just go to Scabs and then go home afterwards.
But the Pink Monkey was quite good if you're a lad.
Yeah, we were told it was going to be rat bags, but it's nice. Yeah. I liked Pink Monkey.
Fucking awesome. Honeys everywhere. Friendly dudes.
I did like. I think the same about
Delby got
Sydney and Manly when we were there.
Manly was great.
It was great, but I felt the same, like fake people everywhere.
I didn't feel that at Manly, the pub that we went to, the Wharf.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Actually, all the lips. Yeah. If you jump on Patreon, you'll see there's a photo.
If you're a girl in the Gold Coast, I feel bad for you just if you don't want to have that look, because I feel like some of them everyone has it. You got your lips done, your eyelashes done, and it's the fake tan. It's not gross, and it's like it is the look, but it's like everyone has it. Everyone from reception to like girls going out, every single spectrum of girl has it. It's like they have to. It's like a uniform.
It's gross though. Honestly, and I don't give a fuck how I sound. It's fucking gross, man. Don't fuck with your face, girls.
Overdoing
Seriously.
it. Yeah, I agree.
Seriously, man.
I'm going to get lips.
I think the natural was
No.
But
Yeah.
that's the judgment or the expectations that they put themselves.
It's girls that expect other
society and
girls.
stuff
It's
like
not
that,
even society. It's other girls fucking trying to impress other girls. Because guys, we don't give a fuck, man.
Oh, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
There's like,
Definitely don't
I think the only
If you
time
got
I've
little
seen
lips,
it-
don't even talk to me.
Little pencil lips.
I don't want to hear the little words coming out of your little mouth.
I don't. Well, fuck, man. That's probably what happened with elephants. They just evolved over time. As humans.
Yeah.
Too much filler.
Well, we didn't even wrap up and
Oh, yeah,
joke
sorry.
because that's in that Patreon episode now.
I'll go to a Patreon one.
Because me and Delby we did an episode walking the streets of Manly
And
to a
Branchy
pub.
got pretty drunk and he was like being how honest. And he's like, oh no, these guys are going to find out I'm a piece of shit.
That's what Patreon's
genuinely
for.
like looking at girls and go, oh. And
Well, because we just had them on, the lapels on.
Oh,
we're
yeah,
just
so you
cruising
just-
and like we're in the pub. So
it was good, and then I just forgot to do it all and put it together while I was traveling because it was a bit more work than I thought it was going to be to put it together. And then it was like 2 weeks later, I was like, oh, it's probably not worth it to chuck it out as an episode. But we can do a quick wrap up of Up and Joke Sydney because it was good, fucking awesome, good fun.
It was very surprising to see how many fucking Hard Yarns listeners we had over there.
yes, the Hard Yarns listeners.
Yeah.
Like Delby was trying to set up a punch, basically.
Yeah.
We figured there'd be like 3 Hard Yarns listeners in the
Yeah,
crowd.
I'll be compared to the Grin Reapers guys or for the bodyboard.
And then Delby's like, are there any Hard Yarners in the crowd? Sorry, any Grin Reapers in the crowd? About 50-60% of the crowd. Yeah. And then he did the same for the Hard Yarners. And I knew what he was doing. He was setting up for there was no one.
No one here.
But it ended up being just as loud.
50%.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Awesome. We're like,
nuts.
yes, what? I was shocked. It was
Yeah.
fucking. And we did make the point. It's probably just carryover. Like the people who do listen to the Reapers who listen to the.
Yeah.
the Yarns. But yeah, fuck, man. Super appreciative
Yeah,
of
that's
all those.
dope.
And we tested them. We're like, oh, you do listen?
Yeah.
What's your favourite episode? Alan Roberts.
and John Elliott, our sponsor.
Yeah.
Who's Alan Roberts?
The motorbike guy.
Yeah.
That went through Africa on his motorbike. Have you not listened to it? It's
all the time.
It's really, honestly, it's really good, man.
It's the best episode.
Like if
I listen to Bobby Lee.
Yeah, same all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby Lee.
Yeah. Gobby Lee.
Gobby
He's
Lee.
a little bit gay sometimes.
He sucked a lot of doodles for someone who's supposedly not gay.
Do you think he...
He's very relatable, yeah.
So the Asian stuff, how he gets angry at it, do you think he pretends to get angry
Yeah.
at it?
100%.
Yeah.
He's just... Because it's...
All of his tantrums, he's always pretend, bro.
It's all,
Yeah?
it's,
Yeah.
I
He's
love it when
very
he fake
good.
cries about stuff. It's like, that meant so much to me. Like, it's all fake. It's all just for the lol.
Yeah, okay.
He's mental, but.
Yeah, he's nuts.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
I love
he's mentally
their
challenged.
stuff, their clips, I love.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so
Uh,
funny.
Bobby,
I cry
Santino
watching.
and his improv are
Yeah.
just the best, man.
They're the best. It's almost like a lesson in it too, because they do mention like the little techniques they're using, so adding value and all that
Yeah.
sort of stuff. And when they're trying to make Rudy play along, and
She's fucking great, man.
Yeah,
I used to not enjoy her, but like the more she is,
Yeah.
it's so fun that they just get her in on it.
Did you ever go through the period of because I found them and then I just listened to every single episode ever. They had a period of time where they had this guy Doc on there.
Yeah, Doc.
And it's
I don't like Doc,
unlistenable.
man.
Unlistenable.
I just realized.
There's a
He
reason why
can't
he's
take a
not on
joke.
anymore.
He
Yeah.
doesn't know that they're joking.
And then he'd be calling Bobby a little bitch and stuff. It's like, cunt, who the fuck? Get off their podcast.
I just realized I am for them what we hate for us. I just watch the clips.
Yeah. Well, I watched
I
them
just
all.
watched the
I
clips.
watched the clips.
Yeah.
So
I only watched
even
their
did
clips.
a
True,
reference.
yeah. Well, the clips are good.
I did a
Yeah.
Santino reference earlier. I was like, dance party. That's
yeah.
from him talking about a German gay train conductor.
Fast.
Yeah, dance party.
We did go conspiracy light on it. What do you think's happening with the aliens?
What do I think's
Yeah,
happening
do you
with-
think it is a distraction?
Yeah, 100%. It always is. Why now?
Like, because
Like,
I
why
think
now?
it's real.
I think humans are just as
Real or
ready
ish
now
real.
as they were into the year 2000.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I also think it's probably getting to the point where you can't stop it anymore. Like it's going to come out.
Yeah, so they have to
eventually. Things
try
are
and-
happening. So like, just let it out. Like, because that's the thing that pulls me apart with any conspiracy theory is the they. I don't think there's anyone in charge who knows what the fuck's going on, especially in the Western world. Corey's talked about it before. How we work on a 4-year political scale, so they only really give a fuck every 2 years because they got to make sure they're elected. No one's planning ahead.
Yeah.
There's no overarching. I don't think there's an Illuminati of people who sit down and right in 2025 we're going to have to orchestrate this and make people. No one's that in control. No one. It's all just they're flying by the seat of their pants, and maybe some information's gotten out. It's like, hey, we've managed to hold this down and make people look crazy since Roswell.
Yeah.
But like, it's now to the point where it's like, no, know that this is coming out.
Yeah, it's like a parent.
The highest age of information is today, and tomorrow will be the next highest, and the next. So it's like it's gonna come out. You might as well just release it yourself. And as we've seen, like no one's giving a fuck.
Yeah, no
so it ends up being everyone knows. Everyone's like, we get it.
Yeah, because mathematically, it's not possible for us to not be the only people.
What everyone wants is that, like, the President of the United States or someone very high just saying, yes, this is the truth, and we have been in contact.
Because they got the
we've
book of
known about
secrets,
this for a
right?
very long time.
They get that book of secrets. That's a real thing. Like the president signs over and gives another book to the next president, and it's all the secrets.
Yeah, right.
What else could be in there other than nuclear codes? It's also like stuff. We knew about the Jews. We didn't do anything till we had to. What else is going to be in that book?
This is
like
the thing
alien
that,
shit.
This is the thing that blows my mind as
Right.
well. Is that like Ron Funch's new bit that's come out.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
I lied to that.
parents lie to their kids all the time to protect them.
Yeah, why the fuck do you think?
like Santa Claus, everything. And eventually it gets out and you tell the truth. But why is it that the aliens are only in America? We only ever see aliens clips from America. Why?
Oh, no.
Why
In
does
fairness,
people that think that they're the greatest in the
viral.
world?
Yeah, they're the viral.
A lot of
Why?
the ones you see, like a lot of the UFO things are crossing the Nullarbor. But then you put into context as that you've been driving for a long time, you haven't fucking seen anything, and like lights. I don't know.
No,
it's
but
also
like all the
of
clips are from America's. The Vegas landing. Why Vegas? Why not fucking Jakarta? Like, why is it always
I mean, it's a good
aliens
point.
in America?
Well, there
It's
is that
like
one
they
at the
think
school-
they're so great
What
that the
about-
one place
I've
that the
seen,
aliens are going to visit.
Mine's my best, like the ones I've seen all the time, like Brazil,
Yeah.
Jerusalem.
The
I see them
African
everywhere.
primary
I
school?
think the ones that go viral.
The African
are-
primary school is a pretty trippy one.
And they
And
don't-
the Australian primary school one.
Oh, that story about the African primary school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts,
Yeah.
man. That freaks me out. That story.
There's never been a culture that gets to another culture and doesn't take over. So it's like it's kind of scary. If aliens are a legit thing, we're fucked.
Well, they definitely are. It's just whether or not they're like. I think the reason they've been hiding that sort of stuff is because of the technologies that have been recovered and then used and reverse engineered and then used as,
lip filler.
Yeah, but like you think about
true.
that energy, like free energy, and that
That
sort
would
of stuff.
corrupt. That would bankrupt all the top
And this is
fucking companies
yeah,
that have all the
and
power.
this is why also, and then militarily, if Russia knows that you have this weapon, then they're going to eventually get access to that weapon as well, and that sort of technology. Like,
This reminds me of.
I think it's as simple as it is. It's a power game.
I just watched The Flash, and it's like when
kinda
the Russians had Superman or Supergirl in their tank.
Oh, yeah,
and they're
yeah,
just
yeah.
using it. Yeah, I quite like it.
I really like the Flash, man. I thought that movie
just
was
think-
dope.
What
Yeah?
is it? With
Sorry
the,
to be off the
No,
topic. but yeah.
what's the
yeah.
what?
The new Flash movie
Flash.
with the
DC.
rapist guy.
Yeah, I don't
What?
watch.
That was a good one.
I don't
thought
watch
it was quite
DC.
good because there was enough
okay.
callbacks. There was enough callbacks to like old Batmans and all crossovers.
and even the ones like the Nick Cage as Superman. That was
why was that?
So that was going to be directed by. It was going to be written by Kevin Smith,
Right.
And it was Tim Burton was going to be
that would've
doing
been
it.
horrific.
They had him. So Nick Cage did all the thing, and the reason why it fell apart was when Kevin Smith has gone back and forth with the writing. The guy that was paying for it, he really wanted Superman to fight a giant mechanical spider. Really want, and he's like, and he put. So Kevin Smith's like, I don't want to do this. He pulled out of the movie. It all did. That guy went on to make Wild Wild West, where Will Smith fights a giant mechanical spider. This cunt paying for the movie is just one of those. It just shows that if
Just
you have money,
autistic.
you get what you want.
Oh my God.
But yeah, that's why I thought that was a really cool reference where you see Superman, Nick Cage flying around fighting a giant spider. I was like, oh yeah, that was just a thing that should have happened. Like,
I don't know why it is, but the DC, they just don't have the same shine or skill
So
as
but
the,
all their
as the Marvel.
characters are better too. Their characters and their enemies are better. So why doesn't it come out on screen?
Because
the
they
writers
tried to
suck.
rush it at the start. Yeah, they tried to rush everything. Whereas, like, you look at the Marvel way, they did it over 10 years.
So
Because
much.
you know how like you
10
compare,
years
you
to
know,
try and get
yeah.
their big, like, they all joined
And
together.
so it was
This
like a flash
little-
in the pan because
yeah.
Marvel can't even do it again now. No one gives a fuck about Marvel
No,
movies.
it's
So it's like a
starting to-
one-time flash in the pan.
Yeah.
This universe because if you,
What,
you know when
Flash in
like
the
people
DC?
compare footy teams with like the West Coast 2006,
Yeah.
Ben Cousins, and you compare him to the Brisbane Lions, and you're like, all right, would you take Cousins or would you take Vossi? You do that.
Yeah.
If you did that with DC versus Marvel, DC shits on them every time. Who take Batman? You're taking Batman. Wonder Woman. You take The Flash. Like then you go bad guys. The Joker. Like DC clearly is better intellectual property.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't come through.
the writing is way worse.
And
definitely
it's the
writing.
rushing thing, I guess.
But
Like you
they've
said.
just got DC. I think has just got what's his name? Who directed the what's it called movies? Guardians of the Galaxies.
Oh, James Gunn.
James Gunn. Yeah. So I think DC's just got him for Batman or something. Or was it? There was something major.
He's hell funny too, James Gunn. He's proper
Very good. He's good good director as well, man. Like, did you see Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
Yeah.
It's fucking good.
I think watching all 3 Guardians movies, it's clear that James Gunn has father issues.
Oh,
like
yes.
every single one
100%.
is about someone's dad or the relationship with their dad. Every single movie in that whole franchise, it's all about fatherhood stories. And it's also like, you got issues, bro.
I think it's also clear that Star-Lord was never the main character. It was always Rocket Raccoon. It was always him. Like without knowing it, he was the character. And I think he's been quoted as stating that this has always been his arc. His character arc.
I bet you they didn't tell Bradley Cooper that when they made him sign up, hey? Because he wouldn't have been getting the Chris Pratt was getting the big money.
So do you know who was playing Rocket Raccoon as the what's it called?
As on the doll on stage?
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage.
Yes. Peter Dinklage?
No, the little dwarf man?
Yeah. No. I
was just being a cunt.
No. I thought that was...
When you said yes, I was like, is that real?
No, the character that eventually adopts the thing with the whistle.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
That character. He also,
You're talking
in
about
the
Sonic
scenes...
the Hedgehog? Tails?
No. We're talking about...
Giannis.
Oh, no, the
Giannis.
guy that gets the whistle.
Is his name Giannis or something? Yandi?
Yandi.
Yeah. So that guy also plays Rocket Raccoon as in the little green suit.
Oh, legit?
Yeah.
Wow, he's so versatile.
Wow. How hard is it to fucking play a raccoon?
Yeah, they didn't because they couldn't afford Bradley Cooper to do it. So they just get someone who's already on set.
Yeah, but what? Yeah, just get anybody like to be a raccoon, man. We'll just CGI it.
Well, they do.
But the people need to talk to someone and need to see someone. Otherwise, the acting's not like they need eyes direction and stuff like that. That's why I think they do that with like when they're fighting the Hulk or with the Hulk, they'll put them on stilts or whatever on like the big or they put their head like above their head. So that's where you have to look and. Yeah. It's for acting. It's for acting.
I'm an actor.
Act 8 in German.
Oh, wow, you are fucking fluent, dude.
What's Achtung?
What's 9? No.
Achtung is
nine.
attention,
Is nine.
Tun.
And there was the sign everywhere. It was like Aussie, Ozgang.
Ozgang means like walkway or exit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting there.
Because we kept saying Ozgang and we're like, yeah, we are.
Yeah, boy.
We went to German McDonald's.
German?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It tastes like regular.
Good hamburgers.
Oh.
Our real estate agent's going to drop off the remote in 10.
Oh, okay, cool.
I just told him we're live.
Okay.
But yeah, fucking enough about DC and Marvel.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Russel Brand.
Russell Brand.
Oh.
I don't want to talk about
I don't know I don't want to talk about Russell Brand yet because I don't know anything much about it. I've just been overseas, so I've been sort of null and void.
It seems too convenient that it's coming out at a time now, but there are past cases of comedians coming out.
He is a very debaucherous sort of person, so there is that side of that. So, but he's been open about that for the last 15 years.
Yeah, I'm gonna reserve judgment because I don't want to crucify somebody if it turns out to not be real.
Yeah, but
both ways.
Don't want to accidentally back up a rapist. So
exactly.
Exactly. But just because. Look, this is what frustrates you, man. If I was ever accused of rape...
Yeah, but I know you wouldn't have done it.
Well, who knows?
You can't even get hard when you want to.
Yeah, that's true. Even when he's jerking me. Let's say someone accused me because they've got a vendetta.
Yeah, but Russell Brand's not one of my best mates, so fuck that cunt. I would defend you, Matt Storer, and Lockie Neal. All right?
Well, he raped everyone for the Brownlow, so...
classic. Yeah. But what I would say, regardless of everything, his demonetization and deplatforming...
It shouldn't happen
without any...
Well, it's only because when you see someone like James Charles, who like literally did...
Is he an X-Man?
Yeah, no, he's still a man. The makeup kid and stuff. He got cancelled for a bit there, but he was openly texting underage boys.
Yeah.
Like, so that's like to hook up with them.
Grooming them.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
So
and he still gets all of his money, and he was found guilty of it.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, where's the thing? If you get accused and you take their money, but then again,
that's woke culture.
But that's where I find there's that little bit of a like. That's where you start to go, oh, this is getting a bit like, or maybe they're just looking for any excuse. So maybe this was fuck yeah, now we have a reason. But then there's also what's the bill that's given them legal action to be able to do that?
Not sure.
There's a bill, secrecy bill, or it's like a protection bill that's been
Bill
passed.
Cosby, I think.
No, it's been passed in England. So literally they can just take you down and deplatform. And so
I think it's disgusting.
Rumble
Free
now,
speech is dead.
Yeah, but Rumble now stands to be taken down in the UK just for hosting him.
This is bullshit.
Oh, wow.
Free speech is dead.
So that
It's never been alive. It's never like
it's only a
not
bill that's been recently passed as well,
Yeah.
and it's now exposed the actual reality of what can happen,
Yeah,
which
all
is
it
someone
is
who's not been found guilty of anything. And regardless if he's found guilty of rape, what does it mean? Why does that mean he can't commentate on policies and stuff like that? You know, I just don't understand.
Well, maybe because the people that are hosting him and paying him money don't want to have him as their brand representation.
Which is fine as well.
If I owned YouTube and like you get given evidence that this person might be a thingy, I was like, oh yeah, you don't get to make money on my company anymore.
No, but it's not them. I'm talking about the actual state saying they're going to shut down Rumble and those
on
sorts
behalf
of
of
things.
the
Yeah.
That's
So that
tyranny.
is-
UK's always
that's
crazy like that, but
dictatorship.
didn't they put someone in jail? They put people in jail for jokes and stuff, right?
for social media posts.
They put people in
3 years.
They put that pregnant lady in jail in Australia for fucking trying to for supporting the idea of going to a protest
It's fucking
against
disgusting.
the mandates.
It's absolutely disgusting. However, that said,
Old mate Andrew's gone as well.
Yeah.
Dictator Dan is gone.
But I think for me, the biggest issue that I have with any of the cancel culture or anything, regardless of your crime,
Oh yeah.
just the accusation
Oh,
and just the accusation, everybody is too afraid to talk logically and go, hang on a sec, like, yeah, fuck Russel Brand. Sure, maybe people want to say fuck Russell Brand, and if he's done it, then fuck the cunt.
Yeah.
But there's been no trial, there's been no judgment, there's been nothing. All it is people coming forward and saying he's done it.
Have you read?
And also-
have you read his bookie book? Because I read his bookie book.
Yeah.
That's how I talk. It's actually also the name of the book.
Yeah.
He even talks in there about like he was sleeping with a doctor when he was a heroin junkie.
Yeah.
He broke into a hospital to try to steal a fetus, an abortion fetus, and then when she was at work one day, he stole all of her shit and sold it.
Yeah.
Like he's quite open that he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he
So
was
I was a fan of the dude, and I know he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He's not a good stand-up. He's just a piece of shit person that I find entertaining. But
Yeah.
so also like it's not out of the realms of possibility.
100%.
Venn
But
diagram,
just-
people who are pieces of shit and people who are rapists are normally like
Oh,
a circle.
there's a lot of them.
So like he's already a piece of shit. It's not like it's out of nowhere.
But there's
But-
no
but-
proof,
and
there's
also-
nothing. It's just accusations and media hype,
And it
which
also-
if we've learned anything in the past,
Yes.
is not to be believed until it's gone through a court of law and fucking a fair trial.
And
I'm not
also-
defending him or whatever you want to call. It could be your dad, and all the woke people are like, hey, fuck the rapist. If that was your father or your brother, you would want a fair trial.
Yeah.
And if he's done it, then fucking oath.
And then also, so that, and then also just the final thing, and that doesn't, let's say he is found guilty, that doesn't change the path change in life that he made. That doesn't, like, he's become a much
still,
better
he
person.
still needs to.
Yes,
pay
but
for
he
his-
has refuted it.
pay for his actions.
Came out and said, no, this is
And we don't know.
100%
We
not
don't know
true,
about
and
that.
I completely open with the idea that I am being persecuted. And
I just hate the idea that everybody is guilty immediately as soon as there's a claim.
No, but it's not like we're treating it like it's guilty. It's more on the fact
But
that
everyone is.
you've been. My point of view, what I'm saying here is that if there is a chance that he is, say it's a 50-50, and there's a chance he is, well, I don't want to touch it then. Like,
Yeah, that's exactly
You might
what
as
it
well
should
like,
be.
I don't want to get you're a rapist then. That's okay.
Yeah, but that's not right because it's 50-50.
That's showbiz, baby. That's how I feel. It
But
happens
that-
in real life too. When someone's like, "Hey, that guy's a piece of shit. He's done some things." I avoid them. Where there's smoke, there's fire. I've never seen someone who's purely a wholly innocent person like, "Oh yeah, you're the best."
But he
get
was.
accused of this shit.
He was a sexual
Well,
debaucherous.
I was accused of
person,
being
and
a
he's openly
misogynist.
said
You
that.
are a misogynist.
I'm not a misogynist. I just hate women.
In your heart. In your heart of hearts, you're pure, but there is definitely leanings towards certain things.
Yeah.
So, like,
yeah, but that's fine. I just know that my set that I was accused of from the...
Yeah, it wasn't. That was the funniest thing.
Yeah.
It's because you are, and you got accused of a thing, but it wasn't for something you did. And it's like, oh no, that doesn't make sense. It's like they sold your soul. And it's like, yeah, no. Because also, girls do get drunk in those stages.
100%.
I've seen it happen.
100%.
Yeah.
I've listened to that joke for 8 years. I know that's how
I
they
wouldn't
do it.
say I'm truly a misogynist. I would say that I say things for effect, but I have a 10% belief in someone, and I have a 90% belief in others.
Yeah.
But I've learned over the years that I'll keep my mind open. I'm always open to changing my opinion if you can back it up with facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how, so that's why I'm not really, and we end up just touching on it quite a bit. But Russell Brand, I just I will
Get it? 'Cause he's a
I will
rapist.
reserve judgment. I still
Allegedly.
listen to everything he says regarding to like his
He's still not wrong.
His breaking down of like some of the narratives that are going on in the world right now. All very topical, all very good points. So that doesn't change anything he's been saying over the last 10 years in regards to the state policing, over policing, and that sort of stuff. So I think I'm still going to keep listening to him. And then if he gets completely deplatformed, then
That's
and
the thing
things-
that
But
makes
case
me
in
laugh
point
the
is, no matter how much you hate Andrew Tate, he has been found innocent.
I don't care.
So
I hated him before he was famous. I hated him when he used to appear on your mum's house as like a satire thing. Like
but in a court of law, he is innocent. Yeah. And it just shows
in the whole court of Cameron, he's a dumb cunt. That's all I care about.
Yeah, I don't think
because I haven't listened to Brand for years and years. So deplatforming, I don't give a fuck. Doesn't change my world.
I listen to it every morning.
Really?
When I wake up, every morning.
And every morning there's a halo on the corner of my full-place bed.
Every morning, listen to a 10, 15-minute video that he puts up every morning.
Do you know who's not a rapist? Bobby Lee.
Apparently he is in Tijuana.
And
that story's fake though. Thank God. He
I don't think it's fake. I think that he's hammed it up.
Yeah.
I think he definitely got a hooker in Tijuana.
Yeah.
But I think that where he was like, I went for this one. I think that's real. But then he's hammed it up. But anyway, it isn't rape. What his story? That's just woke culture. He's gone to a brothel.
Can we not clip any of this?
Oh my, we would not clip any of this.
From the story that I saw, he's just gone to a brothel and paid for it.
Yeah.
There you go. And it's a legal establishment in Mexico.
Uh-huh.
However, the rest of the story.
My God. Travel. Yeah, travels.
Yeah, I went to Tijuana, Mexico.
He fucked Bobby Lee.
And I went to a legal establishment.
What did you do?
In Tijuana?
No, in Scotland.
So I've been to Bali now.
Oh my God, Bali!
I went to Bali, and then I went to Japan, and then I went to Scotland. Went to one day in London. That was pretty loosey-goosey. Scotland was dope, man. Very easy to buy drugs. Very easy.
Really? What sort of drugs?
Cocaine.
Really?
Yeah, dude. We sent
anything really.
I went on it just for we didn't do the drugs. We threw it in the bin afterwards, but
Allegedly.
just as an experiment to see how you do it. Like you send a text message, and then they're like half an hour later, a green car shows up, right?
15 minutes.
So you get
They have excellent customer service.
Yeah, and they're also like green car, and it was more like a dark blue, so I wasn't too sure. So I get in, and we're driving down the road, and he's like, "How you going?" Blah blah blah, and then he pulls over literally like 50 meters up the road, and then he tried to haggle with me on the price on what was established, and I was like, "Well, I'm not no," so I just kept saying no, and then he's like, all right, laughed.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, is that the pub?" He just pointed at a building and goes, "Is that the pub?" And I was like, "Oh, the one with all the gay flags." He's like, "Are you gay?" And then I panicked because I'm like, not for drugs, I will. I mean, is it cheaper? But I was like, nah, man, nah. And he's like, oh, good. And then like count out the money again. They gave me 3 little baggies and I put them in my pocket. And then I started, allegedly. And then I started like to head back to the apartment. I thought I'd ring everyone and say, I'm coming back. I did it. Mission successful. Yeah. But I pulled my phone out of the same pocket I put the bags in.
Yeah.
Made the phone call. And then I get all the way to the apartment. I'm so excited. I'm throwing the bags on the table. 1, 2. And the third one wasn't there. And I fucking...
It was in his butt.
I fucking panicked, man. And then I ran back onto the street. And down on the street, you could see there was like a group of 4 guys. And plain as day, sitting on the floor.
Is that like...
No.
Waving down? It's like,
it's just a light. It's I can't change it because it's dark.
Yeah. Sorry, bro.
You just interrupted his story,
I'm so sorry because I didn't want it to get ruined on there, but I ruined it.
Yeah.
But anyway, you found
it? Unfortunately, yeah. That's it.
That's why we have to black out those windows because when it gets
out the windows.
So when it gets brighter,
yeah,
and it changes the light on the camera changes. So for the people who are watching, you might see me and Delby and Cam sort of wash out sometimes white, but then if we bring it down a bit too much, then if it doesn't go too light in here, it gets too dark and you can't see it. So it's a bit of a cunt. So we need to black out those windows.
But we did confessional and it was pretty successful.
Yeah.
Sold out every time, mate.
Except for...
Yeah, that's great, man.
Too many fucking students, bro.
Yeah, that was really frustrating. We had a certain amount of seats and then we're squeezing people in to sit them on the floor. And then people are sitting there watching us do this.
Yeah.
Knowing full well they're not going to pay for the show.
Yeah.
Get up and then leave at the end and they don't give you anything. Like it's donation based.
Yeah.
It is what it is. That's showbiz, baby. But it's also that thing where it's like, fuck, if you knew you're not going to pay for this and we're kicking people out that might be paying for it.
That's the hard part.
Like...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like we needed you in there. Like, fuck off.
Yeah.
But also, thanks for coming.
And it was a good show too.
Yeah, we always crushed it.
What was it?
Except for one.
Because that was that airplane.
Actually,
airplane little area.
Had one of the worst shows of my career. How are you, boss?
We didn't go to Korea or Scotland.
One of our worst shows of all time was doing the airplane. It was like the second last show. And, you know, when I was just like, fuck these cunts.
Yeah.
You can explain it. I'll speak to our real estate agent.
I'm going to be honest, I don't remember.
Yeah, when I fully
the
Suki Lala, and I'm like, fuck you, man. You just don't think this is funny?
Yeah, They just weren't laughy. They weren't hell laughy. And he was like, nah, fuck it. So he shut down completely. Didn't want to do it. Didn't want to rap. Didn't want to do any other thingies. It was...
Yeah.
I get like that all the time, though. I crack the shits all the time. So it's...
Yeah.
And that's what the beauty of doing it with two people, though, when you're both on stage, because we both trust each other. So we're both like, we got this. And sometimes you feel like the audience loves me more than him, or they all love him more than me.
Yeah.
And then like there's just sometimes
just got to deal with it.
Yeah, with that. But then also it's like anything. Like I've got now with my quizzes, I've got other people hosting for me and stuff.
Yeah.
And one of them I was talking to about like you just feel like shit. You're giving your all, and then when they throw it into your face like you're worth nothing, it just hurts that extra bit. So it's that kind of a vibe. Like when you're performing and giving them everything, and they give you nothing, you can't. You take it personally. You're like, no, fuck you. I don't want to do this anymore. So like, you had one.
It's
of those
the only
ones.
time I've ever shut down, and it was literally because I was like, do you guys want like to go dark? Yeah, and then you tell them, and they're like, oh no,
too dark.
Too dark.
And you stayed pretty sober for the whole time, like
I think I only drank 2 or 3 nights. Literally, like I drank.
The smirk? Was it like?
Yeah, no, he did not have any alcohol at all the whole time. He was.
It was 3 nights.
Sober Delby, that's what we'll call it.
No, we had like three nights where
big
I
nights,
drink.
and the rest were just like a couple drinks or nothing.
Bro, literally a couple of drinks. It was for the month. I know there was a Thursday where it was Amos and fucking George Zacks.
Yeah, had a big
came
one.
back to ours. Then the following Saturday, and then the last weekend, I think we did like with Matt on a Wednesday.
Yeah, that was fun.
And then on the last weekend, I think maybe the Saturday night and then the Sunday. Actually, I didn't even drink on the final night because we had the show the next day. So it was like the Saturday night.
Sick.
So yeah, it was I didn't have time to feel shit.
Yeah, 100%. You had time to feel shit on after Up and Joke, Delby.
Yeah, we were fucking rats.
Hungover.
That was that's the drunkest I've seen you in a show.
Yeah, I was so annoyed at myself.
I thought you did well though.
I was so fucking annoyed. I left out so many bits of my new beer. Fucking like, I was just so like my freestyle was fucking poo. I just got too drunk. Because I hadn't drunk properly for like maybe because I didn't even really drink too much in Edinburgh.
Yeah,
it had been like 6 or 7 weeks, and I had 8 of those doubles,
12%.
Oh man, so you're rotten.
Yeah, it was fucking.
Drinking's just not as fun as getting off your face. It's just not because you wake up. We on the Gold Coast that last Saturday's night where we actual drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
That Sunday was fucked. I had my head out of the car in the Uber the whole time from Gold Coast back to Brisbane, and that was the only thing that brought me back to life. Was like,
well, and you imagine this like with a kid. That's why I stopped drinking as much.
That's why I stopped fucking.
Fuck. But yeah, that's that. I still thought you were good, but that was still a fucking sick night. Like Branchy and Kieran.
Yeah, Kieran's a legend. Kieran Lyons.
Lyons, he's the best.
They took us out. To some shit pub.
It's so funny. Right next door was fucking. Me and Kieran went after. It was
because
like
there's a stabbing. That's why it was empty. Because the stabbing was out the front or whatever. Or that was.
So wouldn't you go inside the building then?
We did.
No, but like, why was it empty?
Because there was a stab. Everyone left.
Ah.
Yeah, but we didn't know that. We were in there and like there was like no girls. So I went up to the cops as I was leaving. I was like, "Can I just report missing people?" They're like, "Yeah." I was like, "All the girls." They laughed. But
they were really they adopted us pretty well. Like Frenchie and Kieran and stuff. They were fucking awesome.
Yeah,
good fun. Like they didn't go like, here's our paycheck to come and do a fucking show. They like came and hung out. Took us out after and it was good fun.
Authentic.
Yeah.
Me and Branchy ended up in a penthouse on the Sunday night once my bet won.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So shout out.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Shout out to
I forgot about that.
our friend.
We got a little Patreon walk home from that as well that I will put up.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah. No shit.
9 minutes of... I don't know if I want to put that up.
Put it up because it's
I'll put it up
Branchy
on Patreon.
Unhinged.
What happened?
We'll tell you
he
after.
found the bag that you dropped.
Oh, legit. All right, daddy.
But we made friends with a girl that was near us because I had a bet on and it fucking came in, so I won $1,000 and then she hung out with us and we went back. She was house sitting a $6 million penthouse that overlooked the whole fucking thing. So I went back there. Then continued on, did teacher comedy night. Cam McLaren murdered every single
Did
show.
ya?
Yeah, bro.
You
loosey goose. Fucking smashed it, man.
What a silly goose.
Yeah, that's good, man. Like, and so
Fun audiences.
Rory did Sydney. He murdered. Mush was crushing as well. It was like
Mush did a crush.
yeah,
Mush
it
crush.
was sick.
it's good. Like this crew is
a great
starting to spread their wings interstate and
Yeah.
do well. Like you did really well to sell. Like I mean, it's the teachers' comedy night sells itself, but like it's just
Rude. I think it was him.
yeah. But it is massive credit to you.
Yeah, it was sick.
fucking-
Yeah, it was dope.
I'll probably talk
Great
because we're
shows.
getting towards the end. Probably talk about that when we're fresh.
Yeah.
But I can just talk about our last little leg,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess, because the Brisbane show you fucking slayed.
That was but the crowd was fucking red hot, man.
Yeah.
They were up and about.
We
Ready
got
to
that
go.
on film as well.
Cool.
Yeah, the footage is going to look unreal on that. There was such a hot... You know when you go out... So I always start the same way. It's just like, it's not even a joke. I just do a little thing at the beginning.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
when that got a huge laugh, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
It's
That
going
was
to be fun.
You're like, oh, this is easy.
Well, it was a great MC.
Comedy.
Who was your MC that set that up for you?
There was this guy, he's from Italy.
Yeah.
Spaghetti and meatballs, Silverello. He's
Nice.
Delby fucking killed it, man. They
That's-
killed it. They're his people, and he's like connected with them, and he just makes them like.
sick.
I was getting upset that I was relying on Delby doing really well and setting the room up really well to make me do well.
That's showbiz, baby.
But I feel
any,
like
that's any MC.
I feel like I'm getting past that. But you are correct. If I want to get to a point where there's like a shit MC, the room's fucking flat, and I can lift them.
Yeah, you go out there and fix it.
Unfortunately, I still think I'm probably still a little reliant on MC doing quite well and setting the room up pretty
Yeah.
well. But you know,
But that'll come. It's all in stages.
I'll
It's
get
all
there.
in stages
But
and
yeah,
stuff.
I was getting very worried about that. But it's you do very well, Delby, as the MC. I know you don't like MC.
How do we turn my comedy night into your stand-up?
But I like. My point I was
Yeah,
making
because
is
it's a
you're
different
very
game
setting it
emceeing.
up.
You're,
Yeah.
you just. I know you don't like it. But you're a very good MC.
Sometimes.
I love emceeing, but I'm not a fan of crowd work. Like, because as an audience member, crowd work bores me to tears. When I'm watching, I don't give a fuck where he works. I don't give a fuck what he does. And like everyone's laughing because like you're making it up as you go. I hate it. So as an MC, I get them up without talking to them. That's how I like MCing and stuff. But you're really good at crowd work too.
Yeah.
Mush loves a bit of crowd work, and you're all good at it. So like that crowd was all
When
lovely and
when
warm
I
buzz.
MC though, I don't do that because I don't want to set the next act up for failure.
Yeah, you don't
I
wanna
want them
suck
to
it
know
all up.
what jokes are.
Yeah.
The only crowd work I'll do is if I set up the song. Everything else is like, this
I
is
think
what
that
the
was-
night is. This is the fucking thing.
Yeah, I think that's what Goldstein. I think it was Goldstein. Mike Goldstein taught us when we first started with MCing. Is like the MC comes out and imagine like a shotgun, and it's like set up, punch, set up, punch. Like you're teaching the audience these are what jokes are.
I know.
And then so by the time the acts come on, when you pull out yours and you do it, they're like, haha, we know what to do now.
Yeah.
So like when you see acts that only just do crowd work or they only do like they're doing music or something MCing, you're like, well, I'm fucked here. I have to do the MC work and teach them what the fuck we're doing.
When does he teach you that? When did he teach you guys that? Was
When I
through
first
Raw?
started,
Was he
just
just-
little chats backstage and stuff because he was my quiz at the Balmoral
Yeah.
came from Mike. He gave it to me. He used to be that. So like he was
Mike,
right.
the G stands for Godfather.
Yeah.
Well, I know
He's
he's
not
not
hooked us
the-
up with heaps, and just like he would just pass little information on. Like I remember Friday night, the pro night there, that was at Lazy's.
Yeah.
And he was on, but then he was like sitting at the back of the room because he's like, I want to watch him and see what's happening and little things like that. Like before you walk out to an audience, observe them and know what the fuck is happening. Don't use the same words. There's little things I picked up from him. Heaps of what I picked up.
And that's
from
what
him.
any comics listening, that's what I do when I MC because I didn't know that you could break rules. I thought there was these invisible rules. So especially at Lazy's, I didn't like it because you go through the door and then when you're off, you can't hear what's happening or see. And as an MC, if you do a joke that's similar or you reference something or something's already been said. So Dilrook, before Dilrook was big, he was MCing and he sat in the front seat.
Yeah,
and I
that's
was
what
like,
Pinder was doing
what
the other day
fuck?
when I went to watch. Yeah.
So I saw him do that, and he's like, I'm going to sit here because I want to see what's going on. And I was
Yeah.
like, wow. So from then, if I ever did an MC or an open mic,
I was
would
wondering
sit in
why
the audience.
Pinder was doing that. I was like, why wouldn't he go backstage for the?
No,
if he wants to be able to see and make
Yeah.
reference.
Yeah. 'Cause
that's what you should
Because
be
you can't
doing
hear
at home.
anything through that door at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what you should be doing, like, because you got to be part of that show and know what's going on and be part of it too. And especially something like Shapiro's, which was experimental or so mental. Half the time MCing, you just got to take the piss out of the act before because people will come out and eat the biggest bag of dicks, and you have to like.
you
there's
can't
100
pretend, you
people
can't
in
go,
there.
give it up. How great was that?
Yeah, because
It's
they're like, you're a
what?
liar.
Yeah.
Like that was shit. Like
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
them he was shit.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah.
My first crush in Edinburgh was because of that. I don't remember the act's name. Let's not say them. But they just come on. They just talk for 10 minutes about being depressed and fat and stuff.
yeah.
And it sucked all the energy out of the room. And then I did my first couple of jokes and got nothing. And I was like, fuck, now I want to be depressed. I want to kill myself. I just started referencing how shit he was. And it won them over.
And it's funny because he's one of the bigger names of
Yeah.
comedy.
He's huge.
Honestly, his set was the worst. That was fucking, bro, 10 minutes, one punchline.
Really?
Yeah.
Just like you're at a comedy show. He's talking about how.
Who was that? Sorry.
I'm not going to say that.
Oh, okay.
But they're on like TV and stuff over there.
Oh,
So maybe it's a little bit of like, well, this is a free fringe show. I just want to work out some material. So
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to find the beats.
It was so
But as far as
bad.
like the energy in the room and stuff, like it was just, so that's when I come on and did some jokes like, oh, they don't give a fuck anymore. You've ruined them. So I just started talking shit about how depressed he was. And that was getting huge laughs. I was like, oh yeah, you need to acknowledge what just happened.
Well,
This is a TV show and we're all characters in it. You can't just have each character not interacting with each other.
Mush, we'll get Mush on to talk about the first half of the leg and Great Barrier Reef and everything.
Yeah.
But he made me feel like a shit comic, man.
Mushy?
Yeah, because
He's
he was
so good.
just his crowd work, man. And I know you hate it, but watching his crowd work, and he was deliberately doing it because he was filming himself, so he's got
Oh,
bits.
now he's got
Content.
yeah, and it was really good.
How's all the comedians in town getting content these days?
But, bro, his crowd work was so good, man, and it made me feel shit because I was like, "Fuck, man!" Like,
And it's
I'm
good
so
writing exercise,
shit.
and it's really good. And I really, from a comics point of view, I really appreciate when people do it. But I always put myself back, like what's the point of doing this if you're not making something you'd want to watch?
Yeah.
And when I watch a comic, if as an audience member in anything, you pay tickets to see Hannibal Rest, and he starts talking to the audience, like, shut the fuck up! I paid $80. Tell me jokes you worked on.
Yeah.
Don't talk to this crab in the front row.
On the flip
like
side,
I don't
though-
care. But from a comic point of view, it's very impressive, and it's like it's nice, and it gets your brain firing. And like my biggest laughs come from when you're just riffing with the audience and
Yeah.
stuff sometimes. So
Yeah.
it's
which
like,
is what I enjoy. Like on the flip side,
because
I
all
went
of
to watch
Confessional
Russell,
is riffing.
Yeah, and Russell Peters, 60% of his show was him. This is before I was a comedian.
Yeah.
And he was ripping the crowd. I thought it was fucking hilarious, man, because like, this guy's making it up. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah,
but
it
you
was,
know,
like,
that,
it was awesome, man.
Yeah.
So it's like you paid $100 to see 40%.
But I was
of the
all right
show.
with that.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
because I laughed and I was having fun. I was like, yeah, sick.
Which is essentially what you're doing, right? It's
Yeah.
it's like it's entertainment.
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
It was funny to hear Reuven and Rory in that because they saw the Teach Comedy Night for the first time. Reuven's like, that's the best I've ever seen you riff, like way better than Edinburgh. I'm like, yeah, man, this is my standard. This is what I know I can do. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like this, Sunday Singles, Confessional, Who's Rhyme. Just with my stand-up, I don't do the riffing because I do
Yeah.
the stand-up.
Jokes. Yeah,
I
I'm
try,
doing
but it sucks
stand-up.
because my riffs are better than my written jokes.
And
You know,
get better
so-
written jokes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but like then that just showed like when I was in Edinburgh last year, like I was like, yeah, man, because I was fucking in a rut and in a hole.
yeah, you weren't having a good time in Edinburgh at all. You came back hating it. That's
Yeah,
why it was good
but-
to see your first Edinburgh show this year. You smashed out of the park. You're
so
like, oh, cool,
much fun.
he's ready now for the year.
It was so sick. But yeah, like fuck, bro. Like I thought the greatest riff I've done was with Mush. He goes, what do you want to joke about? And this guy's like Hitler. And
Oh, yeah,
then
the train.
blah blah blah. And then he started talking to this bloke Nigel, and he goes, what do you do? He goes, I work for the sugar industry. And he's like, well, what do you do there? He goes, I get the sugar cane. He goes, well, then what? He's like, well, then I put it on a train. He goes, then where do you send it? He goes, I don't know. So when I got up, I was like, Nigel, you put sugar on trains and you send it off and you don't know where it goes. You're the Hitler of the sugar industry.
Perfect.
Got nothing.
What?
I got like a 50% laugh, man.
Because they forgot.
Because I was like,
It's
there's
too
your
long
Hitler
ago.
joke for you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sometimes it's too long in between. And also sometimes things are smarter than it is funny.
Yeah.
Like the connection's there, but it's like...
You do that quite a lot.
Audiences on-
Sometimes you do
Yeah.
something quite smart and quick and clever.
So
but
annoying.
people don't catch up. Like,
Yeah.
the brain doesn't work as fast as your ADD brain.
That's why I tried to
sometimes.
spell it out. You
But
do
also
this,
there's
you do
different
that.
types of
Yeah.
laugh, right? There's a laugh of like, I get that. Or,
Yeah.
that's funny. Or like,
Yeah.
like it's like a different...
You just reminded me as well before when you were talking about...
You're welcome.
Mike G, I want to... I know he's not the biggest name in Australia.
He's
not
the best though.
He's one of the
He's
best.
he's in my like top 5 or 6 people I want on the podcast.
Well, he said he's going to come on. He
Yeah,
just
I
needs
know.
to come over.
It's just because of the fact that he's the only comedian I remember that like when I first started watching comedy when I went to a gala night. I can't tell you anyone else that was on that night. I remember him, and I went to watch his whole show at the Perth Comedy Festival or Fringe or whatever.
Same.
Because of his
dude.
gala set. And I know, he's not the biggest name in Australia, but he's on TV and stuff.
Yeah,
now,
it's
and
finally starting to get that recognition of
he's
what it.
fucking
But he's
good, man.
Absolutely, he's a crusher.
stole
He's
one-
such a good writer.
I think I told you guys I stole one of his jokes at
For
a
the
wedding.
Yeah.
Which one? The
C-word one.
one.
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah.
It was like,
Don't say it.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I was like, bang, that works perfectly.
I gave him a call when I first got telethons next month. By the way, remember to donate everyone. WA
10 a.m. Sunday, come watch Who's Rhyme for telethon for kids.
you guys do it Telethon.
I'm the MC telethon every year.
Damn kids.
It's been like 10 years.
Maybe if they ran more, they wouldn't need charity.
Speaking of floggings, keep an eye out. People down south, Bunbury. Show coming up.
November. Can we say it?
We'll
Okay, you wait for the Reapers, but
mid-November.
Whitey just said, we got another Up and Joke coming.
Yeah. Down in Joke. Down south.
Down south.
Just because we've already got the product and it's like so many hours of work.
Let's milk it. Let's milk it for the money. And not for the love, but for the money.
Latte. Milk.
I get it.
What are you saying? You called Mike G?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I called, he gave us heaps of just some that thing about the C word. He gave us a bunch of his MC tricks. And I was
nice.
I can't take your material.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's an MC trick. Who gives a fuck? He's like, I'm not going to be in there. You got 3,500 people you got to entertain.
Yeah.
Use it. So it's that one. I only ever do it at telethon where it's like, all right, all the boys make like telethon 1, 2, 3, and all the girls. You'll be like, oh, Cameron, you're so handsome. But he used to say when he's MCing, it's like, oh, Mike G, I want to fuck you. You know what I mean?
Do that at telethon.
Yeah.
So I made it nicer, but he told me to use that thing just for the idea. Where it's like they might be my material I wrote, but it's also that's kind of public. It's an MC trick, and he's like just gave us this. Maybe I should stop using it now. I'm 10 years in. Yeah, but like when I first started, he helped us out so much, being like, do this.
I thought it was weird that you go, all the guys say telethon, then you say, all the girls say, Mike G, I want to fuck you.
It's an in-joke. It's an in-joke.
Oh fuck! All right, is that a bit time? We've actually got our parking due.
Yeah.
It's real distracting when you see yourself on there. Hey.
Yeah, I noticed it. What I noticed was when Squirrely was co-host while you're away, Squirrely would sit there and he'd be like talking and he'd be looking at himself like this as he's talking.
I look down the camera if I'm doing something because I know when we clip it.
You're clever like that. Yeah.
You're clever like that.
For effect.
I don't. I just talk.
Yeah.
And it'll be like this.
I go
see
for
that
effect.
angle.
Again, art, business.
No, art, craft. Arts and crafts.
Arts and crafts.
Jinx, personal jinx.
Love. But yeah.
Oi, thanks for having us on, you rat bag.
You know what they did on the Titanic?
Sunk.
Arts and rafts.
Oi, can I tell you a joke?
Yeah, of course.
Oi, so my friend, his dog died.
True.
And I wanted to make him feel better, so I got a dog exactly the same. And he's like, fuck, man, what am I going to do with 2 dead dogs?
That's funny. I like that one. Is that yours?
Nah.
Oh, damn.
That's an old school. I could win Raw with that.
Nice.
But that's it. Have we got anything to plug?
No, the dog would have to be a lesbian and the other dead dog would have to be a minority.
Are you going into the details?
Yeah, it's really great.
That said, I'm nominated for Best Comedian at Barcella, the one that the transsexual transgender tried to cancel me for.
Yeah. Are you saying this?
What?
Openly? Have we talked about this?
We've done Patreon and I've done allusions to it.
We've
explained
explained it.
If you want to hear it, join Patreon with the Corey White episode.
But
it was just funny because
someone tried to cancel Delby.
Yeah, and the person now.
Oh yeah.
They paid for their sex change, and they took the money and left.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly.
So the person was like, "Hey, this other person, and this person's wicked. Like, I got no back from that."
Yeah.
They go, "You've been nominated for comedy at the awards." I was like, "They said, are you coming this year?" I said, "No, not after I was bullied by X and their posse."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh no, they've left." And I was like, "Oh, I heard they left with everyone's money. Don't you think they should do better?" And they just ignored it.
Classic.
So Delby's not nominated anymore.
Well, if I am nominated, if I win, I have an excellent speech planned.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to go out?
There's only 2 genders. Women. Andrew Tate's my boyfriend.
I got no hidden agenda. No, I will paraphrase what I just said there in some form of.
Yeah.
Once I get 100% fact that that's what they did.
Oh my God.
But that is what people in the industry have told me they've done. So
fuck them.
And why would they lie?
Yeah.
Well, I got something to plug.
Yep.
Yeah.
Plug.
My butt.
My best friend Lockie Neal's going to win the premiership. No.
We didn't touch on that.
Let's go grand final predictions.
Grand final predictions.
Okay.
Wait, what we want or what we think is going to happen?
Grand final prediction.
Both.
And if one of us get this right, we clip it up and put it out on Sunday.
All right, this is what I'm going with. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Brisbane's going to win by 4 goals.
Oh.
Nick Dacos, Norm Smith in a losing Grams final.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Delby?
I think the Brisbane hoodoo at the G is too hard to ignore. They've lost 14 of their last 16 there. The team they beat was West Coast and Sydney when Sydney was shit. So, logic says Collingwood have to win at the G, and it has to be under 15 like they've done the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I will say, I think that...
This is building.
Yeah, no, I think Brisbane... Okay, I think Collingwood are going to win, but I want Brisbane to win because it would be so poetic that...
I want Brisbane to win.
Yeah, it'll be so poetic that they beat their hoodoo.
Mm-hmm.
And if I've seen anything in the last few years with grand finals, it's the Bulldogs not winning after 63 years or whatever, 57.
Yeah.
Melbourne not winning after 63. So the football gods love doing this thing where something that hasn't happened for a long time will happen.
Collingwood haven't won on the last Saturday in September for 65 years.
Yeah.
Their last two premierships, so 1990, there was a drawn semi, so it got pushed back a week. So their last premiership in 1990 was in October, and then the drawn grand final meant that the grand final that they won was in October. They haven't won on the last Saturday in September for 65 years.
I'm clipping that up tonight just to put that out there.
And I would like to go Norm Smith. I think poetically,
Lachie Neale, my best friend.
Lachie Neale will probably get it. But if Brisbane will win, I don't think Neale's going to get it, and I don't think Dunkley will get it. I think a player like Hugh McCluggage for Brisbane would be the one.
Do you know what would tie in perfectly? Rayner
or Joe
getting
Danaher.
The number one draft pick 5 years later gets the Norms. Circle of life.
I agree though. Yeah, it won't be like your standard. It won't be a Lachie Neale or whatever.
It'll be like a Rayner, a McCluggage, or a Danaher. But if Collingwood win, I would love to see Jeremy Howe get it because I win a fuckload of money. Or like a backman like Darcy Moore that'll be intercepting.
Or Maynard just because of the lols.
Oh yeah.
I am gonna
Bradley Hill or fucking Jordan Ngoe is like insane, but he's not worth backing.
Bradley Hill, I think his odds would be insane.
Bobby Hill. I will predict that the game will be won by Collingwood.
Okay.
By 3 points. Kick after the siren. And Jordan Ngoe will get the Norm Smith.
Yeah.
But for me, this game is the fucking who cares
Yeah,
cup.
who cares? I'll be backing shit live. My official prediction is Collingwood under 40.
If this was going to be Collingwood Carlton, this would be the biggest I'd be fucking all in on this grand final. I wouldn't care because it's the two biggest fucking clubs in Australia.
For who? Carlton's done nothing in our whole history.
I know, but
Carlton means nothing.
They are the biggest, and the rivalry is so strong. That would be ridiculous. If it was GWS versus anyone, I'd be all in the big sound. Yeah. I'd be fucking...
Yeah.
It was hard because I watched the Collingwood versus GWS game in Sorrento, and it was just full of Collingwood supporters.
In Italy.
Yeah. And we were like, so I was like, I just want a good game. And it was probably one of the fucking best games I've ever seen in my life. It was incredible. But the mother-in-law of my mate Matt, who we went to, she's just a very vocal Eagles supporter and hates Collingwood. So she was the only one going, yeah, fucking go GWS.
Yeah,
and I was like, these are very angry. When they were 3 or 4 goals down and she was doing it, I was like, you need to shut the fuck up.
I think
in the narrative,
the footy gods should have Brisbane winning because Brisbane should have been in the grand final 2 out of the last 3 years. Their list has got Collingwood are just at the start of their run if they're going to make it.
And if you go football narratives too, if you like, there's always like you look back and you can see the pattern. Collingwood have won so many games from coming back and getting it tight.
Yeah.
The one time they don't is the grand final.
However,
like the Geelong Hawthorn, after they lost the grand final to them, Geelong never lost to Hawthorn again for 10 years or something stupid until it came to when it mattered in a prelim and they fucked up and they lost it.
But Brisbane have given up leads all year to good teams in the last quarter, man.
This is the time they won't. Let's do it.
Because I made a lot of money when Melbourne came back at 3/4 time.
Oh, legit?
Against Brisbane.
Side note.
And everyone else.
Side note, Kingsley, fucking very good coach. And you can see
Adam Kingsley?
Yeah.
I thought you meant the footy coach.
You should see, you could see their structure.
Yeah.
It picks apart teams.
Well,
it is a strong structure.
I felt that it was GWS. Who are you talking about?
GWS, yeah.
I felt that GWS versus Pies was almost just a mirror image of the same team.
Same team, except the umpires like one more than the other.
Except
there was more money for Collingwood to make the grandy.
Except Collingwood, they are quite free flowing, but I don't think they're as like bang on structured. Like they were very methodical about GWS were very methodical at how they would kick their way through their team. And
I think the Pies have excellent structure behind the ball.
They do, but theirs is more like play to their talent.
Something
put it in
interesting.
their
I
hands.
don't know if it's like actual legit or like just from my little research. The only two players, so just shout out to Freo for a second, with a pick 50 and a pick 20, we got two dual Brownlow medalists in Fife and Neil. Neil and Toby Green are the only two players from that draft year still playing.
Wow.
And they just happen to be like, one's a 2-time, could be 3-time Brownlow medalist last year because, Paddy Cook shouldn't have won it. And then you got fucking Toby Green, who's the best player in the league.
They're the only ones playing from that
They're only
draft.
two playing in this draft. I'm
What
pretty
the
sure
fuck?
from when I had a look at their draft year, they're the only two players still in it.
Should we quickly check?
'Cause they're
that's
both-
a fucking hell interesting fact.
They're both at 240 games now, 200-something games.
Wow.
So it's
Because how old's Lockie? 30?
yeah, I'd say so.
Potentially.
Yeah, so he was drafted
2011 draft. Glenelg, his final season in 2011.
and Toby went pick 2. Neil was like down in 50.
That
or
was
some
12
shit.
years ago. That's insane to think that the AFL lifespan.
Yeah, isn't it on average 5 years? So you think all
Yeah.
the players that play 10 years versus the ones that play 2.
Yeah, 2011 draft. Let's go. We'll just do the top 20.
Yeah, so he's still here. Toby Green pick 2 is the only one still going. I'm pretty sure.
2011. Oh, it might. Was he the 20? Oh, yeah, no, sorry. 2011. We got Jonathan Patton, number 1.
Yeah, obviously.
Caniglio, number 2.
Was this the Toby Green year then?
Yeah. Dom Tyson, 3. Hoskin Elliott. Matt Buntine's gone. Chad Wingard. Nick Haynes. Maybe it's the fact that only 2 they were playing finals. Oh, no, that doesn't work.
Are you sure?
Toby Green's number 11 that year.
Out of the top 10, because that was the year where GWS got everyone.
And Lockie Neal was pick 58.
Yeah.
So
Out of the top 10.
out of
maybe.
the top 10 is Knigs.
So he's still playing.
Yeah,
All
What
right,
the fuck? Sam Doherty was drafted that year. I feel like he's been around for 20 years, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, I fucked up my fact.
Now everything you've said for the
I gotta
whole
fact check.
podcast
No,
is
the
now
other ones are legit.
Taylor Adams.
Let's cut this bit
Fuck,
out.
Taylor Adams,
there's heaps of
Adam
people still playing.
Tomlinson.
What was I
Wingard.
reading then? I legit read a thing and they're like the only 2 people playing in that league now are like Toby Green and thingy.
Text us.
Brandon
I'm
Tom
gonna find
Mitchell. Tom Mitchell.
Everyone's fucking still going. Fuck this fact.
Sorry, bro.
But yeah, I got to go as well. So,
All right. Let's go.
Yeah, sick.
Go the Lions, 40 plus.
Yeah.
I've clipped up
Come
every
on.
possible result.
I'll be, mate, I'm going to a family barbecue and the kid there, Jimmy Burns, is a mad Brisbane Lions
I'll get on board.
supporter and he'll be so upset. So I'll
be-
just be like, yeah, let's go. Brisbane.
I'll be hosting at the Campfield if anyone wants to come along. It's me, Chris Maston hosting, and then it's like sit down. The food's fucking unbelievable.
Sick.
And drinks. I think it's like
Fucking
$140 or something.
Fucking
So if
sick.
you're keen, check it out. Shows next Wednesday, Teacher Comedy Night, October 4th. Get along. 8:30 start, late start, but it's still sold 210 tickets at the moment, so I might push the start back later each time.
Next month at the Balmoral Taylor
Fuck
Swift
yeah.
quiz.
Yeah.
Tell your girlfriends. I don't know how many
classic.
girls listen to this, but also 6056 at Fringe World next year. I'm bringing it back.
Yeah.
6056.
Sick.
And I'll be doing a Marvel quiz soon as well, if you like Marvel. I've sold 0 tickets.
And I'm going to set up not a solo fringe, but maybe like a one-off little gala fringe thing for hard yarns. You think like a best of fringe or something like that? Start booking them in soon, I reckon.
If you're going to do it,
Yeah. Do we get onto it now? Is that sort of
right,
like
that's
when's Rego?
you. That's you.
When's Rego?
It's now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sick.
You're going to
Okay.
struggle to have acts available.
No, I'll sort it, mate.
Oh,
I believe in you.
Yeah, I believe in me as well.
Alright.
And me, am I hosting a quiz at all soon? Or are you back just doing it
Wednesday after next, I'll be in Adelaide.
onwards? Or just
Nah,
a
just that
one-off?
one.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you
But then any quiz you want to do, feel free because it frees up my time.
Yeah.
And it gets you better at comedy.
Yeah, it's true.
So-
It's true. So maybe a few quizzes coming up. And then I've got a few dates booked in. I can't remember. Like
Lena.
Oh, Lena. No, I got like I think Guildford at some time in the next 2 months or something, and then I'll be at.
Chuck that in your diary, guys.
Yeah, something like that. I'll get
Let's
onto
go.
it. I'm sorry, I've been all over the joint.
Lethargic.
But I'll be back
We
next
call
week
that
proper.
jet lag.
Jet lag.
Fuck
but
yeah.
Fuck yeah. Cheers.
Cheer, Bob.
All right.
I'm getting out.